was there to test my theory. If anyone's here, hello. If anyone's not, goodbye. No, I don't know. Welcome, though. We have quite a bit of news to talk about this week. Of course, in typical Kosher Talk podcast fashion, we do not have a weekly poll or second half of the show at all. I guess we can talk about Cedar Point with Bob. I guess that's cool. I'll talk about California, right? I mean, I'm going to California in like two and a half weeks. I don't know if I should talk about that quite yet. I might keep that on the back burner. It's something we talk about in the next week couple shows. I'm trying to think of what. Did I do any parks? No. I don't feel like his Cedar Point story will really cover all of our show, or second half of the show. I'll just put Cedar Point ... and question mark. We'll see what we get to. Maybe that's it. Maybe it is. Because we had a lot of news, so it might be a long show anyway. Weekly poll for this week is, what park surprised you the most? So if any of you in the live chat, or if there's anyone again in the live chat, haven't answered the weekly poll this week, it's what park surprised you the most. You can answer in the live chat right now, actually. And we will... No, Mike. Bob's not here to ridicule quite yet. I don't like free spins that much. All right, let me just say that. I don't even know if they're my top 100. They are fun, very fun rides. But yeah, top 31. It's kind of a crazy. All right, Mike, if you want to... Lagoon, all right, yeah. If you want to elaborate on why, I'd be intrigued. But Lagoon, that can be your answer as well. But if you want to give a little bit more, love to hear the whys. What exactly was it that impressed you? Yeah, so we have, obviously, there was a fight at Kings Island, again. That's what we're talking about first off. Showdown. All right, sorry, I'm editing the rundown, guys. This is totally not me ignoring the chat. Oh, nobody's talked. So it doesn't matter. I don't know. I've never thought of this. I'm actually going to do this. Let's see. Copy. So anybody with this link can view the rundown. I don't know why I've never thought of this. So you guys can view the rundown and follow along with us if you want. I think that works better than what we have actually done in the past. That way we're not explaining it to you as it goes by. You can actually just look and see what we're looking at.
All right, I'm back.
I'll actually pin that too.
I guess for those that are haven't seen me yet, I'm here. I have not returned for you. Cedar Point was Cedar Point.
No, I was
had
saying.
a good time. It was
I was thinking. Are you
What's
talking?
that?
Are you responding to this?
What?
You're not even on the rundown, so
Oh no,
I thought you were talking
no.
about.
Cam
Yeah,
said, Bob, how was Cedar
I
Point?
put on the rundown Cedar Point dot 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 and question mark, and I thought maybe you were like, oh, it was all right.
Oh,
I put and because I don't. Do you just want to talk about Cedar Point in the second half? Is that all? Do we? I don't. There's nothing else to really
yeah,
say.
that's fine.
All right.
I'm fine with that.
Do you have enough to really cover the second half of the show, really, or?
Oh, sure, why not?
You'll make shit up.
That's right.
Do
I
it
mean,
live.
I can go off on my typical.
Can always rely on Bob. When there's nothing to talk about, Bob will find something. We just need to get Pam on. That would be like the dynamic duo right there. This show would be 4 hours long every time we sat down.
It would. So the pictures I took, I'm gonna send you. You're gonna have to do some cropping, but I'll let you handle that.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll figure out what I need to do with them. I just need images of them at this point. Teach me how to fly and teach me how to sound. Tell me what I love.
Oh, dang it! All right. So, do you want me to send you these things?
To me, like to my house.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sure. And that way I can deal with.
Last time you said you wanted to, you felt better having them there.
Oh, I don't know why, but if that's, I guess yeah, because I'm the one that will deal with when we get winners and all that. I don't want you to have to deal with all that, so I can do that, and then I'll pay for the shipping and everything. So especially because last time it was Canada, so hopefully Canadians don't join this time. No offense, Canadians. The shipping was more than the actual prize was worth. Nah, you guys can join, of course.
People of America.
I
I
know.
guess that's where people of America.
I mean, you're not wrong, but why was that?
I'm tired already.
I was tired when I got on this laptop.
I was too. I mean,
I've been tired all day, really, but
I've had so little sleep.
at Hurricane.
Cedar Point's kind of a challenge.
You don't say, especially opening weekend. So I heard that there's a. Oh man. Ooh, my chest just really started hurting. I heard that Cedar Point was not closing off the entrances as early. Somebody messaged me the other day or said that.
Dude, Raptor was open 10 minutes after close.
Wow. I
But
feel like
I
that's
can't
more. I feel
speak
like that's more of a
to-
miscommunication with the front gate, but.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak to like all of the rides.
Somebody told me the other day that Steel Engines was open till 10, even with a 90-minute line, and I'm like, awesome. Maybe they got the memo. Maybe enough people got mad.
Yeah.
Because lo and behold,
There
it was
still are
not just me.
signs on a lot of things. Still have signs that say this attraction may close early.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they didn't take those down yet.
That
Oh,
locker
jeez.
thing is screwy. It's still vengeance.
Oh yeah.
Like you literally,
I know.
like there's
Trust me.
nothing. I don't know how it's set up at Twisted Timber.
It's the same exact way.
Man,
Yeah.
you just like nobody knew how to get. Like everybody was like standing around. Like, how do I get to my log? How do I get my shit?
Yep. Yep.
Because they used the fast pass entrance, the old fast pass entrance.
Hmm. They didn't realize that you have to go. Yeah, people come in through the entrance all the time, even at Twisted, and try to access lockers that way. And then, yeah, Steel Engine is a little weirder because it's not like directly out of the exit. It's like you're exiting and then you have to go back, like you said, through the fast lane lane. So it's a little different. Twisted Timbers has it set it up where it's actually, as you exit, there's a sign that says, "Go retrieve your stuff from the lockers right here."
Right, exactly.
So it's a
There's
little
no
bit better,
sign.
but we
You're
still
just
have
like,
that
what-
problem. But
what
it's not
the-
as probably not as large.
I'm like standing there, like I don't know where the hell to go. Like what the hell? Oh, see that sign that says fast pass and the time for a fast pass? Yeah, you enter through that line. Like, okay, maybe move the fast pass sign. And then the other thing that sucks about it is you're dumped in, like you go out to the photo area. But you can't do anything because your shit's locked in the locker.
Oh, you mean like purchase a photo?
Right.
Well, you could go back
Like you're
and
dumped there, but like, well, that's what I had to do. But like, you can't. But it's just like, it's just weird. Like they should hand a
Yeah,
sign,
King's we have it.
at least.
King's
to
Dominion has it
say,
set up better
you know.
than Vengeance does, I think. But yeah, we still have a little bit of those. The ride still has a little bit of that issue, as far as I can tell. La la la. Mm-hmm. Ooh la la la. Let's go dancing. Ooh la la la.
I don't want to dance with you.
Aw. Did you guys see that Bob loves me so much?
You know, I did that drive from Cedar Point back to my parents. Well, it was a day trip from my parents' house, and like, I was struggling going back.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that's crazy is like when I was a teenager, well, teenager, early 20s. We used to drive. We used to do a day trip for my parents to Kings Island.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how. I don't know how I didn't die.
All right, Bob. I need you to, as a man of, you're gonna somehow
Man
you're
of.
gonna have a great, I don't know, man of many talents. I don't know what I was going for with that. A man with the mental capacity to understand these things. How is like the intimate? I've been trying to figure this out. The intimate half pipe. How is that different from this upgraded surf? I mean, it's basically a half pipe. That's all it is. They've built things like this before. Like I found this one. Because I'm trying to relook at it once more. This is literally
Unit
this looks exactly
2.0.
like the new Surf Rider concept that they're bringing out. It's the exact same thing pretty much. And this was built in 2003.
Well, I mean that's the same thing. That's Timmy's half pipe Havoc.
No, it's larger, isn't it? It's hard. It's a lot larger. This is almost 100 feet
Well, they have
tall.
20 m and 30 m.
Timmy's is like really short. It's not 100 feet tall.
Huh?
What? Timmy's half pike
Wait.
Havoc is like 20. There's no way it's 100 feet tall.
Wait, hold on. What is it? Uh, it's a 20. It's a 20 m.
All right, so it's shorter then, significantly shorter. 20 meters to, that's like, what, 60 feet? This is 100 feet.
Why doesn't it say? Well, I don't know. Is it 20 meters? Is that what that? Is that what that model represents? The
Yes,
height?
the height, the 20-meter height, yeah. I was under the impression that the upgraded Surf Rider is just a larger model of half of the already existing Surf Rider, but it's just the same thing as a half pipe. I mean, you have the Ultra Surfer is different because it has the airtime hill and the splashdown.
Yeah.
But how is this new Surf Rider, just the regular one, the non-water one, any different from just a regular half pipe?
Hold on. Capacity.
That's it.
I think so.
I mean, there's two. Is there just more seats on the circular?
Yeah.
How many are on the new one? Because there's 8 on the original on this old one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah,
6,
there's
7.
more.
Oh, there's 10 now. Oh my god! So 16 versus 20. That's a shitty. That's a shitty way to market a new ride, in my opinion. 4 more people. I mean, in the gist, I guess it is better, but they're making it out to be this huge new thing.
Well, but I mean,
That's something you could like just do and not even mention. Why does it need to be a significantly capacity increased? That's what it said. I should have looked at the actual official. I didn't even see the official website on here. 4 people, come on. I mean,
that
that
that's 4 people per
per cycle, yes.
wheel. So that's 8. No, that's 8 people per cycle.
It's 8 people per cycle. 8 people for how many hours? I don't think that's significant enough. I don't know to make it a whole new deal.
That makes,
1,
but
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the one they have on the image of the promo is the old one with 6 people on it. This is. I don't know if 16 versus, or I mean, I guess 12 versus 20. I don't know. I was really thinking it was like a little bit more than that difference. I guess they're using LSMs. The old one probably used LIMs.
I don't think so.
You think the half pipe from 2003? Oh, it did use an LSM, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, whatever it is, it's not. It's whatever. I don't think it's a big enough change.
It
Really.
might be a. In, oh, it's a. Hey, Intamin. Wait a minute. Wait, how many were on the old?
The old one had 6. I think 8. 2, 4. Yeah, 8. 2, 4,
Just
6, 8.
16.
Wait, so it's 8. Yeah, it's not. It's yeah. So that's only 4 more people per rotation then. If it's now, it's 10. So yeah, it is 8. It is 4 more people. Yeah, it wasn't 8 total. It was 4 total. So it's 4 more people per cycle.
That's like 20% though. That's a 20% increase.
I don't think that's significant enough to market as a whole new ride like this.
It
though.
is. I mean,
So
they're not marketing it as a whole new ride. They're marketing it as a new generation.
yeah, but it's like, I guess that's alongside with this Ultra Splash, so I can understand. It's kind of just in conjunction with that. If they had come out and just made this whole deal about the new Surf Rider, I would have been a little different. But
I mean, you can make.
you can do whatever
I
you
mean,
want.
They're not. It's not like they're.
They can do whatever they want. I just feel like it's a little overboard. Like this is something you can just upgrade. You can just update your website. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. But that's what this is. So it's just people were talking about this like it was some new thing, and I'm like, this is just a half pipe. It's just a literal half pipe.
Yeah.
I was confused. People were
It's a new-
confusing me. I'm like,
new generation.
yeah, all right, that's all right. I swear to God, I spent like 25 minutes of my life that I'll never get it back trying to figure out what the difference was between this and a half pipe.
I mean, if they took the same thing and they're like, "Oh, this is a new product and we're gonna call it the," I don't know, whatever.
Oh wait. They just showed us. I thought they just showed a super loop on with them. Yeah, and I get the Ultra Surf as a completely new thing. I mean, kind
Yeah.
of. But it's not really a new thing, but
I mean, that's the thing. They're not like even look at the title of the YouTube video. It literally says upgraded.
2.0, yeah, it says 2.0.
Like they're not saying this is a new product. They're saying, "Hey, we've upgraded. We've improved it."
By adding 4 seats. I don't really feel like that's.
I mean, I'm sure there's also other.
Hopefully, there's new technology, somewhat, yeah. But still, that's the only thing they really market is capacity, and I'm like, all right, let's not overkill this.
Oh, it's powered by the most powerful LSM launch system. So
Okay.
Sounds like it's a new LSM launch system.
On a compact footprint, because the old ones couldn't do that. Oh, there's fire. I didn't know there was fire effects. I just saw that in the video. That's cool. Maybe this is what King's Demon should get in place of Volcano. I'm just kidding.
That's probably what they'll get. No, it's an Intamin. They won't get that. Who are we kidding?
Yeah, probably not.
Do you know how bad Cedar Point would suck without Intamin? Like I was really thinking about that, and I was like after we got off Millennium Force, we did the back loop. Well, we did Iron Dragon first, and then looped like Corkscrew, Top Throw Dragster around.
Yeah.
And like after I was done with Millennium Force, that was it. I was like, I'm done. Well, no, we went to do Wicked Twister.
All right.
But like I don't care about the front half of the park. I really don't.
Take this for what it is. Cedar Point would suck without Intimate. They wouldn't suck, I don't think. They would be not as good for sure. Nowhere close to as good. But I would
And
still.
they never
would
would've
still be
done.
a pretty great park without them, though. Like, just based on their entire collection of rides, I think they'd still be a really good park. Not great. They wouldn't be top tier anymore. They wouldn't be like the best
No.
for most people, but they would still be a really good park. I mean, you still got Wild Eagle. Yep. Gatekeeper, Raptor, Rougarou, Blue Streak, Steel Vengeance.
Exactly, Mike. That's exactly what it is. Except for Blue Streak and Wicked Twister thrown in there.
What do you mean? Oh. I like that area of the park. I don't know. I like B&M
I
more than you guys
literally,
though. So
I literally going in, I was like, well, I hadn't bought my fun picks yet, and since Piper had made up her mind that she was going to ride Top Thrill Dragster, I was like, yeah, definitely get in it this year.
Raptor is really good. I don't
So,
know what you guys are
so
smoking.
yeah, Raptor's okay. It's rough, but um,
What?
I mean, it's headbangy, but it's really
Oh,
intense and really good ride.
that's really
But
good.
this is the thing, like gate. I literally told my sister, I'm like, hey, you take Piper, go ride Gatekeeper. I'm gonna go get my fun picks. Like that was the. I mean, it ended up being closed anyway, but like I was literally just gonna let them go and not not even bother.
Gatekeeper's really good. I like Gatekeeper.
And then like Valraven, literally Valraven, I told them like if you want, go ahead. Like I was like if Blue Streak's along line, they went anyway. But like I literally told them if Blue Streak's along line, you guys go ahead, ride Valraven. I could care less about Valraven. Like I did not miss. I was not upset skipping Valraven.
Yeah, I
I
don't
was just a
know.
little
I
bit
like
like I would have
Valraven. I like
rather.
all the. I didn't ride Valraven when I was there, and I was not upset by not riding it. But I like Valraven. I I like it. I mean, is it my favorite ride at the park? No. Is it probably top? I don't even know if it's top 7 or 8 at the park, maybe, but it's still really good. That's the thing, is that you have such a deep collect. People don't realize how deep the collection goes there. You get
Why
to
are we
the
talking about this now?
because you were starting to shit on my
It just dawned on me. We do this all the time.
chip. Chip. Ah,
IRA Valley. I like that. I have another hot take, but I'll save it.
corkscrew.
No, no.
Okay, good. I was like, Bob,
Corkscrew hurt.
corkscrew is so bad.
But
Well,
LJ loved Corkscrew was his favorite ride. And that
what?
is a no. Listen, this is an ongoing thing. Little kids love the Arrow Loopers because I don't think their heads are tall enough to experience all the.
I don't know, Bob. I'll just tell you. I don't know. What is your define little? All right, define little for me real quick, right before we get into this.
Like 9 and under,
All right,
8 and under, maybe.
my first ride on Anaconda was when I was 8 or 9, and I hated that thing. I actually like it way more. I actually rewrote it this year and liked it way more than I ever have. Surprisingly, I liked it, kind of. I'm not gonna lie.
And Anaconda's different.
It's an arrow looper, is it not?
It is, but
Point take.
Corkscrew, Loch Ness Monster, like little kids don't experience any issues with them. Anyway,
Come on, baby, let the good times roll. Come on.
yeah, except KD only has one Intamin,
And one RMC.
Yeah.
But I
unless you're gonna count Berserker and the Eiffel Tower.
and their Rapids ride. Pretty sure Whitewater
Oh, and the
Canyon's an
Rapids
Intamin,
ride.
yeah.
Yep.
You got a whole Intamin Valley if you really think about it then. Hey, can we talk about the fact that Berserker's actually kind of good?
It is.
I did not like it before I
You
rewrote
didn't?
it.
Oh, you like it now, though?
I like it now. Surprisingly so. I never liked those looping starships at all. And now I actually quite enjoy them.
Yeah, they're good.
At least that ride on it. I kind of was forced to ride it too. But yeah, I was not very happy to be back on that thing. Dude, but oh man. What sucks, and this is something Intamin should fix, maybe they have with their newer models. When you ride, the restraints like press into your soul. I mean, what the heck? It's like they're trying to kill you. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, restraints are coming down, zoom, like into you. It's kind of crazy.
I think that was like one of the first types of that type of ride. Like,
Like automatic restraints that come down.
Well, no, like something that like held you upside down that long. Like I don't think that had ever really been done
I don't know.
before
I don't care,
America.
but that just the way they come down is the problem. I don't. That's awful. God, have mercy on my soul. I mean, there were kids next to me, and they were like, "Oh my God!" They were like, everyone was like freaking out. They were like, "I'm gonna die."
That's what that. Well, you remember the story about Piper? She started bawling, and that's what it was all about.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, that's
And then
just.
once the ride started, and I lost my money, she loved it. Thought it was hilarious.
I can imagine that. Bob's like, "What the hell?" And she's like, "Yay!"
LJ lost it on Millennium Force. He didn't ride.
He didn't ride it.
He was in line debating, and we got to the station. He's like, "I'm not sure." I'm like, "You've got it, LJ." And then all of a sudden, he just like started jumping up and down, like he was so excited, like he was excited to ride it, like he was like. And then as soon as the gate opened for him to get in, he just started bawling. And I asked him later, like I asked him why. He said, "I don't know." He said, he said he was actually excited to ride it, and then he doesn't know why he started crying. I don't know. Just kind of overwhelmed him, I think.
Do you want to help me rename some of these links so we don't just have random links? I'm trying to do that.
Oh, yeah.
I've gotten through most of them. Can you just do the last three? I'm gonna do something real quick. Mock run. I think that's it. Does anyone have any else? Anyone have any news stories? We really haven't talked about the Fiesta Texas thing that's going on. Like that whole teaser campaign that's been ongoing at Fiesta Texas. Apparently, the logo has been released. Did you see that?
Yeah, I was trying to. I don't know. I have no idea.
I really
what's
don't
going
know
on.
if it's.
I keep seeing references to it, but I don't know like what. What the hell is this? Did you add this link?
What?
I don't know what it is.
Oh, it's the.
I don't know. It's in a foreign language.
Translate it.
I don't know how to translate it.
I don't know if I can send you the translated link. It's Wallaby Holland flooded. Wallaby Belgium, excuse me, flooded. And they're going to be closed until
really?
middle of August.
We already talked about that stuff, didn't we?
No,
Maybe not.
we did not.
This isn't just them though. This is like everybody there.
Yeah, it happened, but this is like the biggest park that's been shut down due to it.
They're all like that. Like this is like a humanitarian crisis, really. Like that's the level it's at almost.
I've only heard
Not
of
quite there.
Wallaby Belgium so far.
The entire area is like
Yeah, in Belgium, right? I mean,
it's like Europe.
the whole continent. I didn't know that.
Well,
It's
not the
Germany and
whole-
Belgium. So I don't know if any other parks though in Germany have been hit to the same extent.
No, Ecuador's flooded.
Ecuador.
Never
Ecuador.
mind. Hold on. That was that.
Hold
that was
up.
a really.
It's spanning
that was
continents.
A really badly
I'm just kidding.
Hold on.
It's going to
That was a
south.
really, really badly written headline.
Ecuador. I was like, hold up. We're going to South America? Jesus, this really is a humanitarian crisis.
No, Germany and Belgium is the most. This is the hard hit, but it's not limited to them.
All right, that's the only park, I swear, that I've heard of that's been hit by this storm. If I'm wrong, maybe.
The problem is everybody's just like assuming, like we know that they're closed. I mean, yeah, Mike, but when you're a 7-year-old, things look a little different. I don't think I wouldn't ride. Actually, when I was 9 and 10, I was scared to death of Magnum. Maybe 10. I don't know if it was 10 or 11. I know the first year it opened, I was scared to death of it.
I can't find. I'm looking at other parks. It looks like it's just Wallaby Belgium right now. Is this another? Let me see. This is Belgian theme park. Let's see which one. Just says Wallaby. Yeah. That's another Wallaby one.
Well, Germany doesn't really have theme parks. They have more fairs, don't they?
Hold up. What? That's not what? Europa Park, Holiday Park.
Oh, they're in Germany?
Yeah, like
Oh.
there's a bunch of parks in Germany. A ton of parks in
I
Germany.
don't know where stuff's at.
Yeah, I forgot you're not a. You said you're not a Europe connoisseur. You don't really know anything about Europe. Yeah, but you got Europa. Yeah, you even have Fantasia Land. That's up there. Jeez, I can't believe I forgot about that.
That's Germany?
That's Germany. Yep. I think they have a Legoland over there. I already said.
Well, yeah. Have that everywhere.
Of course. Heidi. I think Heidi Park. Yeah, there's a lot of parks over there. I think I said Heidi Park. Yeah. I think I said Movie Park. Yeah, there's a lot of parks in Germany. Mm-hmm. Fly is at Fantasialand, Cam.
Yeah.
Come on, baby, let the good times roll.
I'm surprised there's actually parks that are open.
In Europe?
Yeah, like in this flooding area.
Oh. I was like, what?
No.
What the hell are you doing? Do you think I should leave it in this other language? That'd be kind of funny.
Man, this shit's unreal. Have you seen these pictures?
Yeah. I think they said they are getting about 1.5 meters of water in Wallaby Holland, which is like 5 or
I'm not talking about
5
that.
feet.
I'm talking
6
about-
feet. But I know, I'm just talking about like in relation to the news article. It's like I know there's some pretty horrific flooding going on. It's really shocking because I guess in this area, especially like Knobles and Dorney, we're more prone to this kind of not really this extreme,
No,
but still
it's
like
nothing like this.
not like
nothing
this,
like
but they're more used to handling floods in general.
Those floods don't knock houses off their foundations, though.
No,
Like,
but we are used to seeing like the parks are used to seeing it more often than this, so that might be able to get it reopened more than like another month.
if we got anything, if we got half of this, if any park here got half of this, they'd probably be done. Like, this is New Orleans level almost.
I don't know if it's as bad in Wallaby.
Oh.
Wallaby's only at 4 feet of water. That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking about this Germany shit. I'm talking about Wallaby in particular. They said in the article they're only up to like 4 feet of water at their park, which is what Knobles had more than that. Come on, baby, let the good times roll. the British Prime Minister. How do I even recognize that? What's her name? Do you know her name?
Angela Merkel. Or Angela Merkel.
Don't know if that's who I'm talking about then. She was Prime Minister. I don't know if she's Prime Minister anymore. I think, well, Boris Johnson's Prime Minister now. Who's this lady then?
Oh, wait. German Chancellor. I thought
No,
that's
I'm
what
talking
you were
about-
talking about.
I'm talking about British Prime Minister. The British Prime Minister.
British Prime.
I'm pretty sure that's her. She was an image one of these, like in Germany.
Dude, Mike, I've always said there are more GP that like i305 than enthusiasts. There's always been a lot of GP that love i305. There's more, seriously, enthusiasts love to say like, oh, the GP hates it. Because they're like embarrassed to admit that they hate it and the GP loves it. So they're like, oh, the GP hates it. Like, no, shut up. You hate it. Just admit it. You're weak. You can't take it. Yeah, I see that all the time.
I think there's definitely a crowd for i305 for sure. I think a lot of people like it more than they. I don't know if anybody hates it. I know a lot of people that are afraid of it. Hate is a strong word. I don't know if anybody hates i305, I don't think. At all, really. I don't know too many people that hate too many coasters, really. I know like a few people that hate like T3 or whatever, like, you know, the coasters that are prone to the hate. But, yeah, I don't know if I've personally met anybody that says they hate i305 or anything really at Kings Dominion, except for people hate Grizzly and Anaconda. Those are two rides I hear at Kings Dominion people hate. GP, come on, baby. Are you all right? What's next week's weekly poll?
I don't know, man. I thought you were going to put a translated version on the...
On the show notes. See, I thought I did. I don't know if I can post it translated.
Hold on.
Let me do this. Translate. I think I can do this. Come on, baby, let the good times.
I don't know. Doing a video on i305?
What?
Mike, is that i305 you're talking about?
See if
doing
this
the
link works,
reactions on?
Bob. I mean, yeah.
Huh?
See if this link is working for you. This should be good. It takes you straight to Google Translate, so it should be alright. Pretty sure King's Dominion posted another teaser.
Yeah, they did. I just saw it today.
Yeah, here it is. I'll put it on there. Should we put it with this one, or should we not even bother and just say that there's another one now? I don't know if I want to put multiple links of the same thing. I mean, it's just another coordinate. We could just say there's more coordinates. This one is Malaysia. I believe so. Is that alright?
What? Where? Huh? What
said
is the coordinates?
The new coordinates is Penang Island,
paste
Malaysia.
No, can you paste the actual coordinates in the chat?
I mean, I have an image of it already, if you want me to.
Yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm gonna find elevation.
I think, personally, it's I think people are talking about like a snake temple, because it's the same kind of coordinates as the other one, which is this.
I don't want to print. Stupid thing.
What are you printing?
Nothing. I hit the wrong button.
I was like, oh wow, you're really getting into this.
What the? Why can't I find any information on this?
What?
I can't find like how can you find the elevation of the coordinate?
I would just typically look it up. Hold up. Oh,
There we go. All right.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. The music was fast as lightning.
What? You stupid thing. "25 meters, 82 feet.
Are you going with this elevation theory?
I don't know. It's just interesting. Second hill is 82 feet. I don't know.
Of a 40 free spin?
82 foot loop.
I'm thinking this is the 40 free spin teasers.
James, your
What?
mom is locked out.
Oh my god.
You have arrows going up and down. It's not a BS filler coaster.
That's
It's a
pretty
quality filler coaster. Upside down words.
So my theory is, just so you know, the one of the initial. Actually, I don't know why I'm talking about this now. I'll talk about this when we get on the show. Are you ready to start? Almost. We don't have a weekly poll.
1 second. You figure out the weekly poll.
Yeah.
I hate that crap.
Wait, watch this. Everybody was kung fu. Hey, by the way, guys, again, I don't know if any of you were here when I did this. I posted the show notes so you guys can follow along with us if you want. You guys are all going to be viewers. You're not editors, so you can't edit anything, but you guys can see what we're talking about in real time. You said what, Bob?
Why is that is not a... What should the weekly poll be?
Yes or no? I know, that was kind of the joke. There is no option to create like a customized field where they can type in their own response. So, so far, no is winning.
It's 128 feet tall and an 82-second ride time.
Wait, is the elevation? Are you talking about? Is the initial? Are you talking about Chichen Itzu then? Now?
Yeah, I have no idea.
You don't know what you're talking.
Wait a minute. This is a teaser about Anaconda, I bet. Because somebody brought up that 128 feet is how tall it is. It is. Is there? Can we fit 82 feet into it? No. No. Although that second coordinate is a snake, right? Doesn't that have something to
So
do
is
with
the first
snake?
one. That's my theory. So.
Oh.
Weekly poll. This is awesome. We haven't even started the show yet.
I'm tired. I gotta work tomorrow.
Same, sadly. Maybe I'll call in and be like, I'm too sick. Your teasers had me up all night.
Dragon Slayer, is it the same as Dragon Slayer? Have we confirmed that?
No, we have not confirmed that. I
Has
think that's
Mike confirmed
that's the
that?
theory going around. People are thinking it's gonna be the smaller model, but I don't know if we have Dragon Slayer's stats yet either. So I don't think those have been released.
No, we don't.
So we don't know if it's 82 feet.
That's true. Well, that's 128 is clear. The other ones are 120, or was it 120?
Yes, I think they're about that height. Might be taller. Yeah, they're 120.
Yeah, so 128 feet isn't far off.
Yeah, but they're the smaller model.
What?
I'm pretty sure they're shorter too.
What if the first drop is 82 feet? Oh wait,
it's
I'm reading the
possible.
wrong. Hold on. I'm an idiot.
I mean, the first drop, they don't have drops like that.
I know.
Maybe the height is 82 feet. I don't know.
Joker's drop is 54 feet.
I really want to know how they measure the drops on these things. Like, the initial drop is definitely not 54. Maybe that second drop is? I guess it could be.
It's probably the biggest drop, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but I don't really feel like the second drop is 54 feet still, but maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe they gather all of those drop-like moments and add them up. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. What am I saying? Of course it does. We're Christian enthusiasts. We need to find the exact statistical
We do.
representation. Yeah, it needs to be exact. Weekly poll. I love just saying that. Just saying it brings me pain. Do you like Bob's new haircut? Could that be the weekly poll?
There you go. There's a medical industries building at those coordinates.
That's it.
They're building a hospital in Safari Village.
Yep, that's it.
Gonna be
In the place of
82
volcano.
beds.
Right up in place of volcano. I guess you could say it's where things come to die.
You know what, Mike? Your hatred of free spins is uncalled for. In my opinion, it is kind of humorous, though. I will admit.
It's just odd. I've never seen somebody dislike a model more. Like, I seriously would put him on par with the SLC hate.
And actually, a lot of people are starting to like SLCs, which is
Yeah.
kind of funny. Everybody's like, "That's not as bad as I remember it." No, it's because you've been riding B&Ms. You're getting your head banged around a lot.
Oh my god.
Now,
No,
SLCs
it's because
are
you're
the
used to
same
the
as B&Ms.
smoothness of B&Ms.
No, no.
Butter smooth. Oh man. Oh my god.
If you took the headbanging out, Raptor's probably the best invert. I think it is so freaking intense.
It's up there. I really like Raptor. Based on my last ride, I was quite impressed.
It's far better than Alpengeist.
I disagree with that completely.
I disagree with your disagreement.
Alpengeist is very intense as well. And has a better layout.
I mean, it has a layout. It's just a straight line, but that's still a layout.
What, Alpengeist?
No, no, Mike. He's
Oh.
talking about the free spin. He said it has no layout. It does have a layout. And execution has plenty of execution. It goes all over the place. That's execution.
Can we
I wish
please
Vest restraints
talk
on
about
Raptor, though.
the weekly poll? Oh my gosh.
Now we're not going to do it anymore.
Should we say what's better, Alpengeist or Raptor at Cedar Point?
Sure, whatever.
Is that adequate?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Whatever. I don't care. You can talk about whatever you want.
Please just...
I don't know, man.
Is that good? Just tell me it's good and I'll do it.
I said it's good. Do it.
No, you said
Do
it's
it.
okay. It's whatever. I don't care.
It's perfect. Do
Thank
it.
I mean, I don't know what's actually going to win because I feel like these are two highly talked about Raptors. I mean, Raptors. Jesus Christ. I wrote Raptor and I said Raptors. But inverts, whatever. Let's start the show. Oh, I need to start Audacity. So do you, I'm sure. What did you remember, Bob,
What?
to start Audacity?
Nope, I did not.
I was like, I feel like he might, but he also might not have.
Oh crap! Hold on a second. I'll be right back.
Alpengeist is a hyper invert. That's the thing. Like, it technically, obviously, isn't. Yeah, exactly, Mike. It's 5 feet. Like, it is. It pretty much is. And the thing is, I don't think Alpengeist drop is that good. Am I? Yeah, I need some potty break. Am I alone in that take? Everyone always talks about Alpengeist drop, and I'm like, it's all right. It's not really the best part of the ride at all. I don't think that drop's really that anything special. Now, there are some inverts. I think the drop is pretty good.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. I mean, okay. I don't know why I said mm-hmm.
Banshee's actually really good.
Banshee's very good. It's not as intense, but it's good. Definitely, it's my favorite still. So. I love your spelling of Banshee, Jill.
All right, we need to do something.
Great Bears at Hershey Park, Jill. I think you been there. Mother. I don't know if you rode Great Bear with us though. I don't know if you rode Great Bear. Come on, baby, let the good times roll. Come on, baby, let them fill your soul. I am testing my microphone, which is not working. Great. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
I'm testing my microphone too.
Oh, we're
look,
simultaneously
Audacity's
testing our microphones?
Yeah.
Wow,
Audacity's
that's pretty
actually working
awesome.
very well.
That's great. My microphone is now working properly, so awesome. Testing my mic more just to make sure. And I can't play it back to hear it. Oh, we're simultaneously testing our microphones? Wow, that's pretty awesome. That's great. My microphone is now working properly, so awesome. Did I get louder or quieter or about the same?
You're about the same, I think, for me anyway.
All right, good. I didn't think I really changed much. Just wanted to make sure. Did I get louder or quieter or about the same? All right, good. I didn't think I really changed much. Just wanted to make sure. Oh boy. My mother will be on this show when she becomes a roller coaster enthusiast. We could have both our moms on. See how that goes. Let them do the show.
That would not be entertaining at all.
On the contrary, my friend, I feel like it might be very entertaining. For all the wrong reasons, but it would be very entertaining.
This Rocky Mountain construction patent actually references ski lifts. What?
Does it?
Ski lift doesn't run on a track. It runs on a cable. Based on our knowledge of the industry, there are no roller coasters in existence where the tracks are fabricated from stock planar metal material, that has been cut and welded together to form the desired curved track. Such an invention, if possible, would be a highly desirable benefit, as the newly developed track, which has not been bent, deformed, or heated, would retain its original strength without unnecessary fatigue. Like, this is so weird. All right. Are we ready?
So they're saying that their new track doesn't have to be like bent.
Well, it's
Or
iBox. That's what
yeah.
this is. Literally, they're talking about
So
iBox.
so yeah. All right. All right. But
But
just
I
go.
don't really understand. Like, don't they bend iBox? I mean, doesn't it like? Oh, they're saying they just
I think they.
form it that way when it's so
Yeah.
hot. Is that?
I think that's what they're saying. I think other manufacturers do it differently.
We're gonna make our track stronger, and then we're gonna put it on old wood. ORMC. All right. Are we gonna do the show? Because I'm gonna need to sleep soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling you, that free spin's gonna end up going to Michigan's Adventure. They just
No.
stored it there for now.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okie dokie. All clear.
3, 2.
Another week of Coaster Talk podcast is upon us. Welcome back, everyone, to your source for everything roller coasters. It is July 25th, 2021. This is episode 130. We've made it to the big 130. I'm your host, James Barber.
Big one.
Yeah, the
I'm
big
Bob
one.
Mertz.
And welcome back, everyone. So, a bit of news. I do want to bring up real quick two rides that I like now. Changed my opinion on it. King's Dominion. I think these are two rides that actually, one of them you don't really like either. Anaconda. I don't think you're a particular fan of Anaconda, but
Yeah.
I actually kind of liked it. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't love it. It still has its rough patches, but definitely have a new take on it. I wouldn't use the word hate to describe my feelings towards that ride anymore. Let's just say that. And that list is slowly shrinking. The more I re-ride the rides that I've said I hate in the past, the more I actually end up enjoying them. So I still need to get back on T3. I'm really mad I missed it, but
I'm telling you, it's because B&Ms are getting more headbanging as time goes on, gradually. And now you're going back and you're thinking, that wasn't as bad because it's kind of just like a B&M.
mm-hmm.
I mean, there's not much difference between Aero and B&M.
Oh, there's a world in between of difference.
There is. But when it comes to the horse collars,
I don't think that's the
I
same.
think the biggest fault in both of those companies are the horse collars. And I think that's why B&M started using vests, because they realized that the older the rides get, the more horse collars become.
Nah, I still
Not
prefer
good.
my good old over-the-shoulder restraint as opposed to the new vest restraints.
Didn't say over the shoulder.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, the hard shell
I mean,
over-the-shoulder
that's still
restraints. There you go. I still prefer those as opposed to the new vests.
because you clearly have brain damage from
Mhm.
hitting your head against them.
Yeah. Totally.
I mean, there's no other explanation.
There's no other explanation.
There is no
We've come
other
to a sound
explanation.
conclusion. That is it. Because you haven't ridden any B&Ms.
I just heard Raptor.
Yeah, I know.
yesterday,
Yeah,
so-
and we'll talk about that in the second half of the show. We're going to talk about your Cedar Point trip, 'cause that's all we kind of have to talk about in the second half. So, and then lastly, Berserker. That is a ride. Those looping starships. Those are rides that I, for probably about a decade now, since I first rode Berserker like a long time ago, have constantly not been a fan of. And my opinion on those rides, my notion on those rides has not changed in the slightest. And then I rode it like a week ago and thoroughly enjoyed it actually. So I don't know. They're actually it was actually kind of fun. And I'm someone who doesn't like the pendulums that Zamperla has, like those smaller pendulums. I don't know. I can never remember the exact.
Wait, is it Discovery?
It's not Discovery. Discovery's are the larger ones. Or I guess no, that's Giant Discovery. So maybe it's
Oh
Discovery.
wait, no, you're right. Endeavor.
Endeavor. I think you're right. Yes, I can never remember that name. But those smaller pendulum rides, I don't like. And I thought it was for the same
ones that
reason I
go
didn't like the
upside
looping starships, but apparently not. I like the looping starships now. I liked Berserker quite a bit.
It's a lot of fun. It really is.
Yeah, it is.
I've
It's a
always
ton
been
of
fan
fun. It's a ton of fun.
Berserker.
Yeah. So I don't know if King's Island has one of those looping starships. I know King's Dominion definitely does because I just wrote it. I don't think they
No,
do.
I
know
don't think Kings Island does.
Yeah, I don't think they do. But we are going to transition to Kings Island because Kings Island had round two. I mean, there's been a ton of fights there, but this is just going along with the fights that we saw earlier this year, the big fight that we saw earlier this year. Round two. Now, I think there was 4 or 5 teens arrested in the initial fight that broke out like a couple of weeks ago or about a month ago, maybe. This only has about 2 facing assault charges, but it did happen. Another fight broke out at Kings Island.
Yes. Hold on. Hold up. You confused me here.
What?
Why did you re-add this?
We had what?
I was like, why are you starting at the bottom?
Oh, I didn't know you had it. Oh.
That's why I was like, what the hell is he doing? Why is he at the bottom? I'm sorry. Like, I was really confused for a moment.
I think, it's because we had all these big links on there. I didn't really actually click on one of them and read what it said, so I think I just assumed it wasn't on there.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
sorry. Where were we at?
I was just go back to 4 minutes and 35 seconds. I just said there was a fight. I don't know. Did you? I'm sure you listened to the scanner, maybe. So you might have a little bit more.
No, I haven't yet.
All right. Well, then actually, you don't have any more knowledge than I do, probably. So you can just.
No, but I want to say. Okay.
All right. 3.
Yeah, I'll jump in. 3, 2. Yeah. So the funny thing about this is, people were actually punished,
Yes.
which doesn't seem to happen at Cedar Fair parks anymore. However, the prerequisite seems to be that police have to be involved before
Yeah.
there's actually a banning of you can't come to the park anymore because the police had to come and you
Yeah.
made us look bad from flashing red and blue lights out
Yeah.
front of
That's
our
the
park.
qualification.
We gave you a card and you ignored it. You explicitly ignored our card.
Yeah.
Clearly told you we mean business. That's why we did nothing until the police showed up.
Yeah.
Sure, they did something. I'm sure they called the police.
I'm sure.
They didn't do anything until they called the police.
Yeah, I don't know if there's an additional link, but this is from May of this year, so I guess that's just kind of old news. I don't know why they on the article that we linked. There's a link that says, "Oh, but Kings Island added security protocols following the fights." So I thought, "Oh, okay, so they added something more to this fight, something more to these protocols about fights because of this new fight." But it's just literally the old thing where
It's from like all the other fights.
Yeah, it's from the
They're
other.
like,
It's from the
they're
older fights. Yeah.
seriously. They're not doing. Cedar Fair does not want to have any confrontation with anybody, no matter what people do. And people realize it. That's why they do crap, because they know they're going to get away with it. I mean, think about it. Like, if I pull out my cell phone on a lift hill, the ride operator is going to be kind enough to come take it from me and keep it safe until I get off the ride, and then they're going to give it right back to me, and I'll go to the next ride and do the same thing.
Yeah, so I don't necessarily know what occurred with this fight. I think it was 3 individuals, the 2 girls and a guy, said that they were like in an altercation with them at the beginning of the day. Then they kind of walked away from it, but later on, later on, those 2 had returned. The 2 men that they would had the altercation with first. So there was the 2 girls and the guy, and then the 2 that had the altercation. Then those 2 guys came back, reappeared, and it led to a physical altercation.
Yeah, so it's also not real clear. The initial confrontation may have happened outside of the park, but it's kind of weird. Like, I don't know. It's worded in a way that kind of indicates that's possible, but like, what? I mean, you bump into somebody. It just seems weird that you bump into somebody somewhere else and then go to the park. I don't know. It seems bizarre for that scenario to
It is
play
only
out.
the 2 men that were in the separate party that are getting charged with assault. So I would imagine that what actually happened is they were being aggressive towards this group, because this group consisted of, again, an 11 and a 14-year-old girl and then an 18-year-old guy, and then the 2 guys that actually got charged with it were a bit older, I think in their like late teens. So to me, it's probably more of like these 2 were being, I don't know if this was like I don't know if they're equal blame on both sides. I think it was more of like one side agitated.
Yeah, it looks like the
fight.
aggressors were 14 and 19.
14 and 19, yeah. So I don't think this is quite like the other one we saw where it was like both sides were just crazy and they were all wanting to fight. Like I think it was more of they were kind of forced into the situation by these 14 and 19-year-olds more. So I don't know. Take that for what it is. It's just shedding some light on the story.
Yeah, but this all goes back to even if this initially started off the property, like you don't continue your fight in front of a police station if you know the police are going to be watching you, because you know that so like the same thing. If you know Kings Island is like proactive about this stuff, like you're gonna think twice about, but they're not. They don't show any evidence of actually enforcing their rules, which is I think it's just leading.
There's
to
no
problems.
ramifications.
Even if you couldn't have prevented this from happening, we wouldn't be talking about it right now if it wasn't, how many fights have there been? Like
5.
If this was the first fight, this probably wouldn't be.
It's not even the first. I mean, this year, 2021, there's been like a handful. So like, this is definitely not a good look for them. There was no ramifications for the fight. There were ramifications for the actual 2 individuals in the fight. I don't know if there was any. Was there any bans on the people that started the fight a few weeks ago or months ago?
Oh, probably not. I really don't know. They never really said.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying.
Some people were.
So I think those 2 individuals in this fight were banned for 5 years, which to me that's kind of still a slap on the wrist. I believe I read somewhere it was 5 years ban. I don't think it was a lifetime ban from this park. So, and that's just Kings Island. I mean, Cedar Point's up the road. These people can go. They can go right up the road 5 hours. I mean, it's a 5-hour drive. Go to Cedar Point if they really need to. So, I don't think that's a great consequence. But it is what it is. I guess I can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's still 5 years. Like that's still. At least it's something.
It is something. Yeah, it's definitely something. No question there.
But the point is why don't they do this stuff, internally and like on their own? Like, something happens, somebody does something, they break the rules. Like, it seems like you shouldn't wait for things to escalate to this point. I'm not saying in this fight, but just in general.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a 5-year ban for some of these smaller incidents, but just something, right?
Hey, you take your phone out on a ride. You should be escorted out of the park. You don't need to ban them. Just say you're done. Leave. You can't come back today.
Mm-hmm.
Your ticket's void. Or you have to buy another ticket. And then they make more money. So
it's a win-win.
Seriously, like, you need to do
and then
something.
It needs to be
some kind of ramifications.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It needs to be communicated, too, because a lot of times I feel there's a lack of like, don't take your phone out. Like that needs to be communicated more, other than just on the lift hill having somebody on the speaker going, "Hey, put your phone away." Like, communicate that to people so they know that's not okay, because it does need to be communicated. It's not okay when it's a policy and it's a safety hazard. So, yeah, that all just needs to be fixed in general. Just the
But
whole.
like when it comes to fights, I mean, like I've seen people get aggressive, even if it's just aggressive
Oh yeah,
language.
profanity. Just any.
I've seen them. I've seen it done in front of supervisor, security.
Yes,
It
yes.
just gets ignored. It's
That's
like,
where it needs to come. Yeah, I agree. Yes, that's where it needs to come and like come out of the park,
take
kind of.
action then before it gets physical.
Yes.
I mean, if you show the public that you're not messing around, people are gonna think twice about fighting.
I
mean,
specifically remember an incident at Kings Island when I was there in 2017. The Beast. There was like some teenagers in the back that were just blaring cuss words and scream. I mean, I don't know if they were playing around. I don't necessarily think it was like an aggression, but it was definitely inappropriate. And I mean, I was 15 at the time, 14 at the time, so I guess I couldn't say I was like young, but I definitely
your
wasn't.
virgin ears.
A little bit. So not really, but let's just say that's true. Let's just say under that president, some 14-year-olds might actually be in that case where it is like the first time they're hearing that. And I remember a supervisor was on the platform of it was on the Beast, and we'd gotten off the Beast and it did nothing. I was like, oh, when we get back, there's supervisors and they're gonna, and I mean, they were just whatever. I'm like, how is that tolerated? I specifically remember now that we're talking about that happening and me being like, how is that okay? How is there nothing? I mean, I'm not even saying you have to escort them out of the park, but give them something, some kind of reprimand for that. Come on. That can't be just fine. This is a family-friendly amusement park. That's what these Cedar Fair parks in general pride themselves on that. Family-friendly. Bring all your family and your kids and we have a thing for everyone in the family. You can't do that and then allow that kind of language in your park.
Can they do timeouts?
Yeah, I don't
You go
know.
to timeout.
We need to have a timeout. Yeah, corner in the park. You just got to sit in the corner.
Island jail.
Yeah. All right. Well,
You
Cedar Fair
spend
lacks on.
an hour and a half.
Yeah, Cedar Fair lacks on giving some ramifications for cussing and for fighting and for even cell phone usage. I do think possibly the man who climbed the drop tower at Knott's Berry Farm might have gotten. Do you think he got some ramification for?
I don't know. I think the park probably just let the police handle that one.
What the hell?
And that one, that's one
I
that
don't know.
really seriously like. I don't even Cedar Fair. You get a pass for me on this one.
Yeah,
because
I don't know. I was trying to make a
what you
segue
do-
there, but yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they banned him for life, but I don't know. I have a feeling this is like a mental health issue, probably. So I don't know if
Well,
they
they
feel comfortable.
leave in an ambulance for mental
Yeah.
health review, and any charges might be pending, but that's going to depend on the outcome of
Of the
those
mental health evaluation, yeah. So
reviews.
that's what I'm. But since we don't actually know yet, I think that's probably what this was. So at the same time, while I do think there should be a ramification, I don't know if it is a mental health issue, how the park feels taking that kind of stance towards someone with mental health issues. So, yeah. So you heard that right. A 300-foot tower, the Supreme Scream at Knott's Berry Farm, was climbed by a man. He was up there for a while. For a good while. I think he was up there for like an hour and a half.
And they refused to come down.
Refused to
Like,
come down.
and
They
what
were
are you
out.
gonna-
They were getting ready to
what are
have
you
to
gonna
send
do?
fire crew up there to escort him down. That's how bad this had gotten. Yeah, it was it was kind of crazy. I saw it on my news feed like when it happened, and I'm like, what? I'm like, this has to be fake. This cannot be. Like maybe they're talking about the maintenance guy. Like, who's up on top of them? On top of the drop tower at Knott's? Nope, just some random guest. I was shocked.
Like he wasn't even like he had no harnesses on or
Nope,
anything.
nope. He just
Freestyle. He
Freestyle,
climbed it
yep.
Freestyle.
Yep.
It's still. I just have a video up
And
on
climb
in
down.
my browser again.
Freestyle.
I'm just like, what the heck?
As somebody who doesn't mind heights as much, that still even scares me.
Oh my god.
Like I don't mind
Yeah.
heights. I don't mind even like I've rock climbed before, but that's all secure with harness. This is just another like I feel like you have
He
to
was
have some sort of
spotted.
mental health issue in order like to get you past that point. Like there's no way you were just climbing. I would be looking down and like, oh, all right, what am I doing?
I don't know. Some people could do it.
I don't know,
But
man. I know some people do,
he's,
but I think most people that do that, like there's even like YouTubers and vloggers that do it, but they typically have harnesses still. I don't know. Just doing it unharnessed to me is what would be the scary thing.
yeah. He was spotted climbing around 7:30 p.m. and
Hmm.
around 8:50 p.m. he began to descend.
I think it
So he
might have been
spent
guests
over an
that
hour up
that
there.
located him too on the ride at first. I think I read somewhere that it was a guest that was like, "Whoa, is that a guy up there?" And then the associates obviously called um, emergency responders, first responders. So yeah, it was kind of a crazy news story. It was really crazy to see. I swear this is just the year of chaos for the music industry. I just feel like the weirdest stories continue to pour out
It
of
just
our industry.
keeps going.
We're just in a
Just
state of
keeps
disarray.
going.
I don't know what's happening. um, and yeah, that's all that really occurred there. We don't know much more about again the final say with regards to charges or anything because I don't know if we've actually, at least us as in the public, have heard of the actual conclusion from the evaluation of the man.
And in continuing 2021,
Man, we
Mark,
thought 2020 was a bad year. Like 2020 was a bad year in its own way, but this 2021 has been such a weird year. Continue. I just can't get past it.
60 people were sickened in a chemical incident at a Texas water park.
Yeah, yeah. The Six Flags Hurricane Harbor Splashtown, which is right outside of Houston, Texas. It was like,
This is so weird. I
yeah.
mean, it's bizarre. Like, I mean, pool chemicals are pretty rough stuff.
Hmm.
Um, and they are delicate. But you don't hear about this happening. Like, even though they're delicate, like people are on top of things. It's just this is another one of those bizarre things that
Yeah, yeah.
like just think about being at the park, like this person's sick, and then all of a sudden this person's sick, and then like what do you start? When do
I
you
know the first
go?
person that was sick
Oh,
was an
something
associate.
Might
That's the best
something might
part.
be going
It
wrong.
was an associate was the first person that got sick. That was the
Well, yeah, but I mean,
that was the
people just you could just get sick. Well, like one person gets sick. Like at what point do you go?
oh
Uh-oh.
shit. Yeah, we messed
Like
up.
two people sick, okay, maybe three. Like where do you go? Wait,
Yeah,
this
call somebody.
this might be our problem.
um, this was a mixture of sulfuric acid and bleach, and that's what they found in the contents of the pool. I believe.
But the thing is that was in range.
Yeah, it was, but that
So
and that was
that
the
makes
scary
it
part.
even
That's
more
that's what I was
bizarre.
getting to. The actual statement from, I believe it was from the fire department, was the sad part was that this was all in what we would imagine to be in the pool, and that kind of shows us. Here it is. It shows us that their current procedures are very clearly cannot adequately ensure health and safety because those were in the normal legal limits of the content of the pool. So
Yeah. Um. On the other hand, though, you don't really know what procedure led to this, or if it even was a procedure. I
Well,
mean, it
but
could
I
have
think
just
she's saying
been.
that even I think this is a woman. I believe it's a woman. Maybe it's not. The individual. It's the Springfield Spring
It's a
Fire Department
judge.
chief.
No, it's a judge. It's a Harris County judge. Harris County Judge Lena
It is
Hildago.
a woman then.
Hildago.
Yes. All right. This is yeah. Okay, that's a different quote that I was looking at. Uh, but yes, Lena
I mean,
hit
she's a judge. Like, does she run water parks?
No, but I think what she's indicating is more of even if it wasn't necessarily a procedure that led to it, there should be procedures in place that can counteract
But
it and
this is the thing. This is the thing. By the time they got those readings, the problem could have dissipated.
Yeah, but I think
Like
it's
they spiked and they dissipated. So this isn't necessarily a problem. There might be a problem in monitoring. Maybe you figure that out. But like I think there's kind of I'm not defending the park, but I'm also like I don't know. I think this is kind of like I don't know. That's the whole thing. Like especially like chlorine dissipates it evaporates pretty quickly. So by the time people started getting sick, to the time that it was, well, I mean, you think of the first person that got sick to the time that the readings were actually taken, there could be a very long span that it has dissipated. So if you would have taken the readings at the time that those people got sick, you would have likely seen a reading that was much higher. Now, I don't run water parks either, so I'm not gonna pretend to say that, oh, I definitely know. I'm just putting out the fact that here's two different lay people that have different ideas. Like, we aren't really the people that should be talking about this. I think that's kind of my point. Sure, look at something.
all right.
but
Moving
I
on.
don't
I'm
know.
just kidding. We're not going to talk about
That's
it.
not what I meant.
No. Yeah, I get that. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily our place to say whether or not they were in the right or wrong, but it is clear
Something
that
clearly happened.
something clearly happened, and it put guests' safety and health at risk. So there is an issue afoot, whatever it is, whether it is stemming from procedures or just it was an accident. I don't know, but something needs to be changed. I think that's fair. A 3-year-old girl was the most serious case. She was taken to a Texas Children's Hospital, but she's fine now. She's fine now. She is stable. A pregnant woman was also taken to the hospital as well. She was in labor at the time. So a lot of people were affected in different spans of ages. I mean, it was everyone. As I said, Associate, I believe, was the first one to initiate this. It was like she got sick, then the next person got sick, and then it was a domino effect therefrom. But yeah, it's kind of
2021,
crazy,
yeah.
kind of crazy stuff. Yeah. Next, we're talking about a brand new invention. So
Even the
innovative,
manufacturers
you
are
might not
going
have
crazy.
even heard of it before. There's Wooden Coaster Refurbishment, RMC, has announced. I know, crazy,
Oh my
crazy
God.
stuff. I know RMC's never
Such
done
an-
anything of that nature.
Cutting edge, man.
And what they're doing is they're actually coming in and they're putting steel on wooden coasters.
You mean like a hybrid?
Yeah, Bob, I know.
How do you do this?
I know.
What are you
I
talking
know.
about?
know.
Arrow never would have thought of doing something stupid like that.
So circulating the coaster community is the fact that RMC put this website up, and or part of their website up. Bob said he's found it archived back into May, but it really hasn't sparked traction in the community till now. Someone found it, and now it's becoming this big deal.
Oh, but it gets so much better than that.
Does it?
Yes, because the references
Oh,
of
yes.
this webpage,
Yes.
they reference 2 patents.
that are, yeah, I forgot that you found
And
that.
those patents, first of all, the one patent is literally the iBox track patent.
Which
That
is what-
literally what it is.
Which is what I said when we first put this article in the notes. I was like, "Man, this is literally iBox Track. What are they doing?" And then he found the patent was iBox Track.
And the other patent is for rolling vehicle track. It was filed in September of 2013, and it was granted in February of 2017. Sorry, folks, this is not new.
It is not.
This is regurgitated
Yep.
what RMC has been doing.
Yeah. So
And furthermore, will you please quit trying to convince people to get rid of good wooden coasters?
what I think they're doing here is they're trying to counteract and kind of offset what GCI came out and said with the Titan track. which RMC's already had this, but I think they're just trying to reintroduce it and maybe like, hey, Parks, don't just go to Titan Track. We're here too. So they renamed the iBox track pretty much to this 208 retrack. They said it's their latest innovation in track replacement and based on our proven iBox and topper track designs. It'll last for years and eliminate the needs for inspection, repair, and replacement of traditional wooden track. So that's what they're doing. It's just Titan Track. They're just trying to fight Titan Track.
Let me see. I think I got this. Let me sum this up. RMC says, "Hey everybody, we have iBox."
Yeah.
And then GCI says, "Oh, check this out. We have Titan Track."
And then RMC's like, wait, hold
And
on.
RMC says, "Oh, dude, guys, we got this new thing. It's called iBox."
Yeah. That is the gist of it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even get the. Just the name. I feel like has to have some meaning to it. What is 208 retrack? I've been trying to figure that out. And the K and track is capitalized, and there's not a. It's just track. It's a.
It just looks cool.
I don't know what it is. I feel like there's some significance to it. I've yet to. I think maybe is it? I don't know. I was thinking maybe because they say in the actual paragraphs that they explain this in it, 208 retrack can be utilized as a small upgrade in a troubled area of a coaster or even a full coaster renovation. Oh, here it is. Simple track upgrades of 150 feet or more can be installed. Okay, so I was thinking, I thought they had some limit. Maybe 208 feet was the limit. Like we can only do 208 feet and more upgrade, but it's not even that. It's 150 feet. So I don't know what they're going for with that. Maybe there's probably some significance to it, but I don't know.
This is the lightning rod thing. That's what they're saying. They're like, okay, hey, look, we can do the lightning rod thing, which is literally what GCI is like. Hey, look what we could do with Titan Track.
Yeah, it's just.
And then RMC's like, oh, guys, thanks GCI for figuring out our problem with with lightning rod. We're gonna use that. We're gonna call it 208 retrack, and we're gonna use iBox. Like,
this is just
the one possibility that I think could be like, I don't know the standards, like standard spacing and stuff, but it's possible that maybe the only difference here is they're saying, oh guys, we can like take a PTC and like we can make iBox conform to a PTC train.
It's possible that crossed my mind that maybe it's just going to be.
But
like,
I mean,
it is. I think it has to be because they said they're going to do simple, small upgrades. So if they're going to do just small parts, it has to be for. I would imagine they're not saying it's just for RMC coasters. They're saying it's for any coaster. So I would think that has to be the case. But still, that doesn't really impress me necessarily. I don't think that's enough to be. Oh my God. 208 retrack.
It literally,
I don't know.
the webpage literally has lightning
rod. As I was just about to say that. It is literally lightning rod in the back. And yeah, so I don't know.
Which, as people might know, does not have PTC trains.
Does not. That would be hell, I feel like.
Oh my God, people would die.
Yeah,
I love PTC, but no, that would not work.
That would not.
I don't know. Every time IMC or the IMC, every time RMC makes an announcement, I get more frustrated with them.
Yeah, and again, this is nothing more than to combat what we've seen with the Titan Track. I think so. They're just trying to stay relevant in the mind of the parks. Really, I think that's what they're trying to do. Make sure that GCI hasn't outweighed them too heavily with the Titan Track. All right, Intamin, I think kind of did a similar thing a little bit. Not really. I mean,
no. Well, they were at least upfront about it.
Yeah, on a smaller level. So they Intamin announced they have this new promo video with the Surfrider 2.0, which is just
and the Ultra Surf.
And the Ultra. I was going to get to that. I was going to say Surfrider first, but
sorry, I won't steal your thunder. That's what I'm here for.
All right. I'll allow it. The Surfrider 2.0 is just what we've seen from the Surf Riders before, and the half pipes. It just has a little higher capacity. So
and
that's,
it's also possibly has a newer, better LSM system.
Yeah, but I think that's a minuscule. I don't know if we'd notice that necessarily.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it could just launch faster.
I mean,
which would be cool.
I would think it's the same system they used on like Velocicoaster maybe, and that was really good. But I mean, I don't know if it really was too different. And then yes,
well, there's a difference between the system and the programming.
Yeah.
I mean, it's highly possible that these new 2.0 versions could literally just shoot you directly up to the top. They could program it that way. It has the power to do it.
You mean like initially without the build-up?
Right. I mean,
I don't know. I feel like
part of the capabilities.
Part of the ride is the build-up. I don't know. I mean, I think.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like that could be an option, but what I'm saying is that
I don't disagree that there's. It could be a newer.
Refined.
Yes, I agree that it could be different and better. I just don't know if that. I don't know. I don't think that makes it.
You got to remember that Intamin isn't marketing to us; they're marketing to the parks, and the parks are going to care if it's a more refined.
Same thing with RMC, though.
Well, I know, but they're still destroying.
All right. I mean, if in that respect, then RMC's marketing makes a little bit more sense because we're trying to stay relevant, like I said, in the eyes of the park. So I guess if we're justifying on that capability, in that case, excuse me, then the RMC things makes a little bit more sense. But let's move on to the Ultra Surf because this is actually kind of cool. This is the half pipe, the Surf Rider kind of. It's just a lot more elongated as an airtime hill, and it can include a splashdown element, which is really, really cool. Also SFX, so special effects like fire. I don't know if they could do anything else other than that, but I have seen fire and water at least. I don't know what else parks would want to incorporate. You can have like a fountain also. It's not a splashdown, but there's a fountain that like goes over the riders, which I think might be cooler than a splashdown, honestly. I don't know. I'd like to see both ways done eventually. But yeah, this is really cool. It's going to be, one of those newer water rides I think that we see parks add.
No, I don't think it's water. You don't get wet.
You do get wet. There's literally a spot. I'm pretty confident.
Splash zone. If you watch the video, you can clearly see they're water jets that shoot outward. If you stand next to the ride, you get wet, but you don't get wet on the ride.
I think you get a little, maybe not fully wet. Maybe you get just a little.
No, what? I mean, you'll get wet like you get wet on Diamondback.
I don't know. I thought it was a little bit more than that, based on the rendering I saw, but maybe I was looking at the wrong. On this one, it looks like, I don't know, it looks like the jets are kind of firing just up. Like at the 37-second mark with the airtime and then the spins, it looks like the water's shooting more just in general direction up. I don't know. And there's
two sets. They're both outward. They're both going outward.
I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't really look outward to me. Oh, I see one of them for sure that's outward. But maybe that's something that you can change again to like, maybe it can be facing inward or outward. I don't know. I think this could be potentially though a ride that is kind of a water ride that parks add because they like to add these Mach power splashes and.
Yeah, but I don't think this does not look like the type of vehicle that could get wet. Like I think you'd have I don't know. There's nothing in the product documentation. There's nothing that says about being a water attraction or getting wet.
I don't know. I was always under the impression that was a capability with this ride, but maybe it's not. I haven't looked at this ride too much to really confirm or deny that. But yeah, I don't know. I was thinking this could be like an option for those looking for more of a water ride, but maybe not.
It is not. Wait, I stand corrected. Wait, hold on a second.
I don't know. I feel like surf to me is somewhat water. I feel like that water can get on you.
No. Wait, hold on. The Ultra Surf is
There's a product flyer.
no. It is not a water ride. They have the Ultra Splash, which is almost the same thing. It's very similar. That is a water ride.
And is that so? That's a different
But it
product.
does not. It does not have those vehicles. It's almost like the shape. Everything is like identical, but it looks like different vehicles.
I think yeah, that's something that got
Yes,
announced. I think we talked about
Right.
that a while ago when they
But
announced new
the
rides.
Ultra Surf
Cannot
is
get wet.
under roller coaster.
Yeah, I mean, but isn't I'm pretty sure the power splash is. I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. Maybe you don't get wet at all. I don't know. It looks to me like still some of the promos. It looks like the ride might be getting wet itself. Like, but I don't know. I don't care enough really. Maybe it can. Maybe it can't. I'm leaning towards the no side. Bob's convincing me, but yeah, I don't know. But this is a cool ride. Regardless, I think it's going to be about 30 meters in height, which is roughly 100 feet, I think. So we're looking at a good size attraction. I don't know top speeds that we're looking at necessarily. Actually, I do. 95 kilometers per hour. I hate Intamin that they're on these weird, just 2 miles per hour for my simple brain. I think that's about 50 miles an hour.
You hate them because they do what most of the world does.
Yeah, I know,
Got
Bob. Let me be stubborn for just a minute. It's 59 miles an hour, so about 60 miles an hour. So this is
But
has some good stats. It boasts some good stats.
but higher, longer, and faster upon request.
Indeed, that's just the data from I guess their standard model that they've released.
Sample layout. Other configurations available. Higher, longer, faster upon request.
Yep, I'm seeing that on the promo flyer here. All right, so that is the new Intamin rides. You might get wet, you might not. I feel like surf is a bad word to use for a ride that doesn't get you wet, but
I mean, that's been the half pipes have been. That's literally what they've been called.
surf riders, yeah. Well, I think surf riders and half
Right.
pipes are a little different. I think surf riders are the smaller ones typically, so I don't know. This the whole
No, they're all surf riders.
well, not on RCDB. There's a distinction between the two. That's where the confusion sparked for me initially. There's actually a half pipe, like model, and then there's a surf rider model. There's a half pipe coaster, which boasts they have four,
Yeah, you're right.
and then
Oh,
there's the
interesting.
yeah. So yeah, I don't know. That's what confused me at first. Because Timmy's half pipe Havoc, which we probably imagine is a half pipe, is actually a surf rider, not a half pipe. So I don't know if that's and I don't know if that's actually Intamin's classification of them, or if that's just RCDB being RCDB and having like
No, that would be their. That would be.
that would be
That would be their actual. That would be Intamin's actual.
you think RCDB
model.
would follow along with yeah. So I don't know then. So it's just funny to me because there is an actual the surf rider at Wet and Wild and Attila Happy Park. I don't know how to say that. Attila Happy Land Park in Saudi Arabia is considered are considered a surf rider, and then yeah. So I don't know. It's strange to me. I think the surf riders are smaller though. I think that's the distinction.
It looks like. It does look like the surf riders go slightly beyond 90 at the top.
hmm And I think
and the half pipe
they're
does
smaller.
not. The half pipe might go just to 90. Yeah, that's also very plausible. I
Because
mean,
all the
it
half
doesn't
pipes to me
show
are all
stats.
98 feet. And then the actual Surf Riders are all like the 20 meters.
Uh, they're what?
Actually, one of them's
Half pipe.
65.
This one's
Yeah,
65.6 feet.
65.6, yeah. It's still taller than the other ones, I think, but not as much. All the other half pipes are 98 point something. 98.4.
Oh wait, you know what? The track is very different, or it looks like it on this picture anyway.
I really don't know. This is really an interesting rabbit trail to go down, but Bob.
No, it is very. It is. Wait, hold on
Oh
one
my
second.
gosh.
I might be onto something. Give me 30 seconds to look at it.
30
I
seconds
completely full of
and
crap.
counting. This is the coaster talk. This is the true epitome of coaster talk, isn't it?
The track is very different
On
between the
the
half pipe and the
Japanese.
Surf Riders.
Oh, on the Surf Riders.
Surf Riders versus the half pipe. The track is actually different.
All right.
There's a like. It's like
Well, that answers that question then.
yeah, I don't know how to really explain it, but I mean, if you look at it, you can clearly see it. It's like, so the Surf Riders seem to just run on
Typical Intamin track.
Intamin's lattice track.
Yeah, typical. And then, oh,
But
yes.
the
Yeah. I
half
see.
pipes actually have a track on top of that structure.
It's like it's a different rail that you're actually riding on.
Yeah. So it seems like, I mean, still looks to be the same concept, but just, the Surf Riders are kind of upgraded from the half pipe.
Yeah. Half pipes, I don't think they're in production anymore. Anyway, I think they've
Yeah, I
canceled
don't
them
think
out
so.
in favor of the Surf Rider. All right. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're moving on. Hopefully you enjoyed that in-depth look at Surf Riders. Hopefully that interested some of you. So, King's Dominion, Bob. They are doing something. I don't know what.
They are.
Don't know where. I don't know when.
Well,
My-
they're not. They're actually not doing much of anything
Yeah.
except typing stuff and apparently
Probably literally looking up I imagine this is their marketing team. They're looking up a location and then they're putting coordinates next to it and then just copying and pasting it into Twitter. So that's about the gist of what they've done. Because they've posted as far as I'm aware, two coordinates now to their social media. One was basically, I think it was actually Chichen Itza, which is a temple in Mexico on the Yucatan Peninsula,
Indeed.
where the Mayan Empire used to be located.
And one of the things that when that coordinate came out, the first thing that caught my eye is the elevation of that coordinate was 128 feet, which seems to be very on par with the standard. The standard free spin model is 120 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So 128 feet, maybe it's just a different layout. I was just thinking that. And then somebody else pointed out to me that Anaconda happens to be 128 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
So those were my thoughts.
Yeah. My thoughts are, I'm thinking this is the free spin, just to put that out there. My thoughts are, so I did some research a bit on Chichen Itza, and the actual pyramid itself casts a shadow on the day of the spring and fall equinox that resembles a snake. So I thought that was interesting. I'm thinking this ride's going to be snake themed, possibly, because we already saw the supports are kind of brown and the track's greenish, so it's jungle-esque anyway. So I think they could go along with that and make some sort of jungle snake. I don't know. And then the new coordinate we got was directly next to a snake temple, which I don't know necessarily what that is, but it's just a religious site that apparently, I don't know if they worship snakes or if snakes are just a part of the custom or what, but yeah, the snakes are located at this temple. So there seems to be two ties with the snakes. But, so I'm thinking that's what we're
And
looking at possibly.
anaconda is a snake, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree that this could be anaconda. I do think it's snake related for sure, but I'm
I
thinking
think
it's more the free
the
spin,
other.
but it could very well be anaconda related as well. I'm not gonna discount that.
I actually was thinking that this is actually going to be a whole entire retheme of the Safari Village. And if that could include Anaconda, it could be a cohesive theme,
Just
including Anaconda. They retheme Avalanche
just
to
snake
something
land.
else.
All these
Yeah,
snakes.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
I don't know what you, I don't know what that would be. I'm sure there's something.
I don't know either. Um, Honestly, if it is with anaconda, I'm thinking it's more of anaconda's removal, possibly. Um, I don't know. I've been awaiting that
Yeah,
day kind of for a little bit here, especially since Vortex got removed. I would hope they wouldn't tease the removal of a ride like that. That's kind of a.
they
But
absolutely did it at Kings Island.
yeah, I mean, but in this
They
way,
actually they even went a step further. They're like teasing it, and then like, oh, which one's gonna die? And then they made everybody think that Vortex was safe, and then subsequently was it the following year.
yeah, but
Oh, by the
think
way,
about this. This is more like a campaign of like. I think this is a little different. I agree that they did kind of tease it to Kings Island. They did, but this is different. This is like a solely campaign for this ride. Like that just seems really, really insensitive if they actually do that. Like completely unfeeling. Like, hey, snakes, 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 snakes. Chopping the head off this one. Anaconda's gone. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like
exactly what they're doing. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think that's what we're looking at. I really hope that's not what we're looking at.
Well,
I mean, I can't
if
put it
you
past them
recall,
totally, but I really, truly, sincerely hope
I
they
actually
realize that that's not a good move.
when we actually heard of the entire Safari Village being closed off and or Avalanche being closed for this year, if you recall, one of my immediate reactions was I think they're redoing a lot in that section, and it could possibly include a retheme. So that you could somehow make Avalanche more cohesive, because Avalanche does not fit Safari Village.
No.
And you're also at a point where Safari Village, literally, there's nothing left in it. Like, literally nothing except for Avalanche.
Well,
So,
I mean, if you consider that Nook to be all of Safari Village, if not, you have Intimidator 5, Light of Fear, Anaconda.
Anaconda, I never, like, I, I never considered Flight of Fear and I-305 to be part of Safari Village. I mean, the
They
park
are.
may refer to it for classification purposes, but as far as a themed area to the guest experience, that is
Well, I
absolutely
agree.
not
It's
Safari
not. It
Village.
doesn't
There's
make
nothing
sense, but that's why I think it's a stupid idea to have a NASCAR ride and government facility based ride in the Safari Village area. I've always thought that. I would hope that the retheme included those rides, or at least they make them fit somehow. I don't know, maybe like America.
There's no way you're.
If you theme it to like
No.
America, it's like, oh, you got NASCAR and the government and aliens. I mean, I think that sums up America pretty well. So I don't know. I mean, all you'll need is
Um,
like a Coca-Cola little area, which you already got like the freestyle areas, and you're good. You got Coke, NASCAR, the government. I mean, we're good. Conspiracy theories with aliens. I don't know. That whole area needs a retheme, I think, including those two rides. Somehow you got to make it all fit. But I guess if
I
you
don't think
if
you
you if you really don't consider that a part and you just want to kind of like isolate that area to just the crypt area and the volcano area and avalanche area and then the anaconda area, maybe they can make it fit. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think there. I mean, how I don't see how you could even begin to theme like. I mean, joking aside, how do you fit I-305 and Flight of Fear together. You don't.
Other than America, I really think that's it. Like I seriously considered America before.
But
When
I
but
even I mean that doesn't. I don't.
I don't know. I think that fits pretty dang well. But I don't. Other than that, I don't know if there's a cohesive.
I mean it fits, but from a theming perspective, like how do you? It just doesn't. Like that's not really
It
a.
makes more sense than Safari Village right now. I think. So I think anything's an improvement. But yeah, if you consider just that one little nook, that area right there with that, and that's the retheme, then yeah, I guess you could do something with it and make it work, just for that like little section there. I don't know what you, I don't know what you
It's
would retheme it to.
the
That's
other
the
thing
question.
that's possible. The other thing that's possible is that Anaconda somehow gets renamed. I mean, are there really and is there really any theming to Anaconda that really indicates a snake other than its name?
No, I mean I think the premise is, hey, anacondas are kind of water snakes. So I
Yeah,
mean
but here's this is far
the
fetched, but
train's green.
just
I
go
don't
with me
know.
for a second. You could if if King's Dominion has said, "Oh crap, we really cannot take a coaster away for a while," um, which one would say would be a smart decision, even if it's Anaconda. Uh, you could change Anaconda's theme to
Yeah, but again, I
fit.
don't know why you would tease the old theme then. Like that's to me like why would you tease the ride you're removing, or why would you tease the theme? Like why wouldn't it be let's tease for the new theme? Like they're telling us snakes right now. Maybe we'll get more coordinates and it'll start pointing at other things. But to me, that's an odd move. I don't know. I would love to be in the marketing director's mind and see because I'm sure there's obviously something
Well,
that
you
we're
didn't
missing.
let
But
me finish. Let me finish my thought. You kind of like basically open up
okay,
what currently is closed off as Safari Village. Open it up to like face towards the like Boo Blasters area
oh,
and
so
kind of
like you build
segment
a
it off
pathway
from
over there, or you mean
Anaconda.
like are you talking about the
Yeah.
pathway that we kind of talked about, maybe including like near where
Yeah. Yeah.
Dominators? All right.
You could include Dominator into whatever its theme is.
I think Dominator's an international street. I don't know. Yeah, this would be an extensive project that we're looking at. Honestly,
Dominator is not really considered. I'm not talking about classifications for like employee purposes because you designate areas. Like I understand that that's from a different,
well, I
but
mean, on the
from
map,
a theming standpoint, it's not
it's.
really International Street. It's literally a parking lot coaster. It's kind of there.
Well, I'm saying on the
I
map
mean,
they call that Berserker right next to each other. They consider that international street. I don't know. I don't think
do
it's a
they
great.
actually say?
Yeah, it's not a good theming. I agree. But I don't think King's Dominion is a theme park, so I don't know why they would go through this much effort for that. I think they've always kind of maybe they're trying to go in that general direction. Hopefully, because I mean that would be nice. I think, but
But on the other hand, this is also King's Dominion, so they may not have a clue what they're doing.
yeah, I honestly think this is the free spin. I think this is the free spin. I think it's going to be themed to some sort of snake, and that area of the park will reopen, and nothing will have happened that we wanted. There won't be a retheme. There won't even be that path that we hoped. I mean, that path would be so easy to implement. I mean, I know they've done work over the season. They did work over the season on Twisted Timbers where they added pathing for the lockers. So I know that it's not too hard for them to add a path
Right.
from just from the Anaconda area to that Boo Blasters Dominator section. That's not hard to do. So I really hope that they, if they're not, if at the very least, if they're listening to this, please consider it now. Please, you're gonna have Anaconda close the whole year. Avalanche close the whole year. Take it upon yourself. Fulfill that task for us, please. It's so much easier than
Yeah.
having to walk all the way around into the safari area. All right. That is my take, though. So I think 40 free spin most likely. What are you leaning towards? What's your, if you had to choose, if you had to think of one that you think they're going with?
I think it's Safari Village retheme,
All right. All right.
and I think it will include Avalanche and possibly Anaconda, especially if it has something to do with like snakes or that type of thing.
Gotcha.
I mean, I hope to God they retheme Avalanche.
Yeah, I think that's necessary. I think that's pretty necessary.
Or this is the smarter thing would be, why don't you just take Safari Village, make it a winter theme, and open it for Winterfest?
Only Winterfest? Oh, you mean open it for Winterfest this
No,
year?
like
I think you meant like
yeah.
only open it for Winterfest.
No, I mean like that would be
They could market it as an exclusive
that
area
would
and
be a
charge you
good
to come
theme.
in during the winter
What-
time.
I mean, that would make a good theme, but it also like would kind of fit. And I don't know this for sure, but I wouldn't think that Avalanche would have an issue running in the cold. I mean, the biggest reason why Safari Village was not included is Crypt and Volcano could not run in the cold. Like those are two rides that absolutely did not like even the slightest bit of a chill.
And the free spins most
So-
definitely can, because as
Yeah.
I was a rider on Joker at Great Adventure in the middle of winter, I can attest to the fact that it can run. So yeah, maybe, I don't know. I like the
I don't know
Avalanche
that-
theme. I like the trains. I think it's a fun theme. So I hope they don't. I mean, it needs a retheme, but at the same time, I kind of like it. So maybe I don't know.
See,
Retheme the
here's
area
the
would be
other
my
thing,
choice, but I don't know if they're going to do that. I think they're going to just retheme the ride.
Here's the other thing, though. What if they did? We don't know this. What if they decided? Oh wait, we got this better plan for what it was, Safari Village. Why don't we install the free spin over where dinos used to be, or something? I mean, what if?
Then you have two roller coasters that no one can find: Grizzly and the free spin. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know about that. I mean, I wouldn't mind, but because then you have,
I mean-
like you said, you can maybe figure out a theme that better fits that area. But I don't think
Yeah,
that's what they're doing.
we don't know. We have. No
I mean,
clue.
we can clearly see they're theming the first free spin to something tropical. I mean, it's green and brown. That's very jungle-esque theming, I think. So I think it's safe to say that's what they're going for with that.
I mean, it does also fit a Camp Snoopy theme.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
If I could figure out a way to fit snakes into Camp Snoopy,
Does Snoopy have... does Charlie Brown ever have a pet snake or anything of any special episode?
not that I'm aware of.
Let's see. Charlie Brown snake. There is at least one comic strip here. Oh wait, never mind. Never mind. Yeah, I don't think you're looking for anything like. I don't think you're gonna find anything looking for it. But maybe they can
No,
make
I
it fit.
don't.
Maybe they can make it. Maybe they could talk with the company that owns the rights to Charlie Brown. I don't know who that is now, but whatever. All right, so that's what King's Dominion has going on. And yeah,
That whole discussion.
we'll
was
keep
really
our
an
eyes out
exercise
for
in
that.
futility.
You said what?
Fun. I said that entire conversation really was an exercise in futility because we have no clue, but it was fun.
We
Why
don't
not?
know. It's all about theorizing. But that's kind of I honestly enjoy that quite a bit. I enjoy the theorizing and the making up hypotheses, seeing what will come true. Because in a year and a half, we're either going to look like the smartest people on this planet or complete dumbasses. So either way, something will come out of it. Somehow,
they
Coaster
ever
Talk
announce
will either look really
Snoopy?
great or really bad. Hopefully, one of our predictions comes to be. Wallaby Holland, to close out the news segment of the show, has sustained some very severe damage. Over 4 feet of water, 5 feet of water almost, has taken over the park, and from this giant flood that has kind of taken over the Belgium and Germany area. There's been a lot of deaths, a lot of damage done.
It's bad over there.
Yeah, and they don't look to be reopening until at least August, middle of August. So anyone looking for, I don't know if anyone is going to Europe. Hopefully, I don't know if you guys are going. I guess Europe's back open. Yeah, I know somebody actually went on a Europe trip. Larson Loops or what? They went on a Europe trip.
And the drunk riders were teasing him
So I
because
so yeah, he went over there. So I guess if you're going looking for a Europe trip, Wallaby Holland can be removed from your list unless it's going to be post middle of August. Sucks to say, but it will take them quite a bit to assess the damage and then obviously repair where needed.
yeah. Hopefully, I mean, really seriously in the scheme of things, the amusement park is least the concerns, but it is the concern of this podcast, I guess.
Yeah.
But certainly our thoughts are with everybody in Europe,
Hmm.
and with all the disaster going on, especially Germany and Belgium.
Yep. Indeed. Hope you guys are doing all right. So that concludes our news segment of the show. That means we're moving on to the second half of the show, where we're talking about Bob's Cedar Point venture and also the weekly poll for this week. Also bringing up the Kushdark Podcast photo contest because we have a bit of an update. Stay tuned for the second half of the show. All right. Come on, baby, let the good times roll.
I loved Berenstain Bear Country when I was younger. There was no Planet Snoopy back then.
It was Hanna-Barbera. Hanna-Barbera land when I was a kid. And then that was like when I was really young, I think. Because then Nickelodeon came.
Nickelodeon? At
Eh,
Paramount?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
How'd that happen? That doesn't seem to make sense to me.
I'm pretty sure Paramount owns Nickelodeon.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it was Viacom.
Nickelodeon Movies is a motion picture production unit that was founded in 1995 as a family entertainment arm of Paramount Pictures. So I guess it's the films that are owned by Paramount.
Oh, wait.
Nickelodeon is owned by Viacom.
Viacom. It is Viacom. Wait,
But Paramount has
Paramount's not
ownership.
Viacom. How does this work? That's so weird.
Paramount has some ownership over it. It looks like they have some interconnection with Nickelodeon. So
It's not Thomastown, is it? It's not Thomastown. It's just trains. It's what is the Six Flags America? It's Whistle Stop Junction, I think.
but they also have
Or
the
wait.
Looney Tunes area.
Yeah, they have the Looney Tunes area, but then they also have the.
Yeah,
Is
they
it
have.
Whistle Stop Junction?
Yeah,
Or
I
am
think
I
that's.
thinking
I think
Dollywood?
that's what it is. Yeah.
Is it was? Yeah. So it's not really Thomastown. Thomastown's actually at Kennywood.
Yeah, that's Kennywood. Nickelodeon Universe. That's what it was. It was called Nickelodeon Universe. Yeah. Look, here's it is. This is a really bad image, but you can see. I guess this is the logo for it. Ah.
Interesting.
Oop, I didn't mean to send it twice.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The more you know. Oh, it's called Nickelodeon Central at King's Dominion.
It was called what? Nickelodeon what?
Central at
Oh, okay.
King's Dominion. Yeah, but they had like Airbender, the Rugrats, SpongeBob.
It's crazy. All right.
All right. Are you ready to record, Bob? The second half?
I'm ready to go to bed.
Well, if you do your job right, we'll be doing that here soon. We can probably keep this short, actually, because we're running on kind of a long show already. I mean, it doesn't have to be like 15 minutes, but
Yeah.
you don't have to go as long as I was thinking you might have to. And you want to go to bed as much as I do, so please don't go too long. Or I might seriously just fall asleep.
I'm gonna fall asleep in the middle of talking.
You're going to be like, yeah,
So
and then
actually,
Piper
what-
Road or
oh,
100th Coaster. Oh, 100th Coaster. What was it?
That's interesting. I didn't realize it was actually Thomastown. Huh. So it was actually Six Flags actually had Thomastown. That's weird. Whistle Stop Park. It was actually it was 2010 that they actually had it. Interesting. Anyway, whatever. All right.
Are you ready to record?
Yeah. All right. 3, 2.
Welcome back, everyone, from the break. Bob, you ventured up to America's Rock and Roller Coast this past weekend, but right before we get into that, I want to give an update on the Coaster Talk podcast photo contest just really quickly. For any of you who would like to join, we are extending the date. It was going to be the 26th, was going to be the final date of the contest. We've now moved it to the 29th, so that'll be that Thursday night. So when we're recording, right after I finish stopping the show, we will be ending these submissions for the photo contest. So the 29th. And we have released, well, we haven't released it yet, but actually we're releasing it now. How about that? The prizes for the photo contest. This is actually the first time we'll mention them. And then I'll post about it as well once we release this episode. Bob, you were at Cedar Point. You bought a little plaque, right? A little.
Yeah, it's a. Hold on. Let's start that over. Let's not mention like you bought. Let's just kind of say what they are.
Okay.
I don't know. It just kind of feels weird. Like, oh, we went shopping for you. I don't know. Maybe it's just my weird mind, but
I think it's your weird mind, but it's all right. We can restart. I think that sounds perfectly okay. I mean, I'm sure they didn't think we just got them for free.
No, I know, but like, I don't know. You don't hear like radio DJs and say, "Hey, the 100th caller gets this cool thing that I picked up at the mall last night."
No, but they typically have more money than us too. More funds to throw around. Are you ready?
Yeah.
We can do it your way. I don't really care. I just want to get this over with.
3, 2.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to the second half of the show. Bob, you went to America's Rock and Roller Coaster this past weekend, Cedar Point. We're going to get to that here in a second, but right before we get into that, I am going to give a bit of an update on the Coaster Talk Podcast photo contest. So, the date before was July 14th through the 26th. We've now extended that to the 29th. So you have 3 additional days now to submit photos. And the reason is because we didn't really announce the prizes, and I think the prizes are going to be quite an incentive for you to join the contest. So I'm going to give you a bit of extra time now to go, oh crap, these are some good prizes. Let me find my best photos and submit them. So again, through the 29th. And the prizes are going to be, Bob, you actually have the top 3 prizes, or the top 2 of the 3 prizes. So why don't you tell us what they are actually?
So third place is going to be a Cedar Point 150th sign.
It's like a wooden
It's one
plaque,
of their
yeah.
limited edition. Yeah, it's like a wooden square thing that you can hang on your wall. It looks really cool.
Does, yeah.
And of course, it's part of the Cedar Point 150th. And then the second place prize is going to be a Bluetooth speaker from Busch Gardens. That it is definitely
Busch Gardens, Williamsburg.
themed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Yes, actually.
Is it actually branded for the Williamsburg location, or is it just? I mean, I'm sure it's not. I would be really surprised if it is actually. If it has a dive coaster on it,
sure.
That doesn't really knock it down at all. Cause
I thought, oh, maybe that's her Bolton, but then I saw a loop and said, no, that's not her Bolton.
Yeah, I think this is probably more actually broadly.
It is a Busch Gardens
branded, so it's Busch Gardens. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so it's a Bluetooth speaker, has aux in, aux out, and does the Bluetooth controls. It is rechargeable, has its own built-in battery. It's a QBO from Audio Splice. So that will be the second place prize.
And then our first place prize is going to be, drum roll please. No, it's going to be our prize from last year, which a lot of you seem to think was awesome. The first place prize is going to be a $100 B&H gift card. So B&H is a retailer of like computers and cameras. A lot of technologically savvy equipment can be purchased via them. So I know all the photographers will be happy to hear that. You can pick up some new parts for your camera, some new gear.
Indeed. And if you happen to win from your cell phone by some shot and you're not really a photographer, you just got lucky, you can buy something else. Buy a hard drive.
I don't know.
Or some memory cards.
Yeah. And it's still
they sell TVs and
they sell some really cool stuff. So you still have a lot of options to choose from. Don't worry. Don't be concerned that you're not going to be able to get anything with that. Trust me, they have a lot of stuff on the B&H site. All right, so we're not going to release judges, I think, until after the contest ends, just because it doesn't necessarily matter as much who the judges are. And I don't think that really is an incentive for you guys to join. So, judges will be announced after. Also, it kind of builds some anticipation for the contest as we release details a little bit here, a little bit there. They will be different than last year's, a little bit different. Some same, but we're going to have some different ones as well. So, keep tuned with that, because we will be releasing that probably in the next couple weeks once the contest is ended. All right, Bob, Cedar Point Rock and Roller Coaster, you attended the park on the 23rd, the 25th, the 22nd. So this past Thursday. So when we should have been recording.
So first of all, you know how Gatekeeper opened earlier this week?
Yeah.
It is no more.
Did not stay.
That was our first, because it's Cedar Point, and it's ridiculous trying to take a family to Cedar Point, because fast lane is just not an option because it would cost us like $600, which is absurd. Um, and we wanted to ride all the roller coasters, right? I planned everything out. I referenced Thrill Data, which if you guys don't know about thrill-data.com, check it out. It's an extremely useful site. But I used that in conjunction with trying to map things out so that we weren't running back and forth all over the park. You know, front of park, back park, front of park, back of park.
Sure, yeah.
So Gatekeeper was first on. That was the first stop, and we walk over to it, and oh, it's closed today. Later that evening, it actually started testing, and the train eventually came to a stop on the lift hill and remained there for quite a while. I actually think it might have been there when we left. I'm not actually sure, because it was hard. It wasn't lit up, so I couldn't make it out as we were leaving. But it was definitely up there for many hours in the evening. So that was the only coaster that we didn't get to.
All right.
I didn't ride Valraven. My niece didn't ride Blue Streak, but other than that, we got them all in.
Even the good old Cedar Creek mine ride.
We did, indeed. Yeah, my nephew really wanted to ride that one.
That's a ride I'm very happy to skip out on every time.
It's the Helix at the end is actually decent.
That's probably my least favorite mine ride.
I like
mine rides.
It's
so
a
don't
ride.
get me out of like. Don't take me out of context.
This
I
is
like
the thing. This is my thing about Cedar Creek Mine Ride. First of all, it's not a terrible ride.
No, I mean it's just kind of boring.
Right, for us, it's kind of on the boring side. But this is the thing. It has a very important part to Cedar Point. But
I mean I don't
this
disagree.
is the issue.
But I think other mine
this
rides
is the
accomplish
issue.
it better.
Cedar Point tries to pass themselves off as a family park.
Yes.
It is the worst park to take a family to. Because, first of all, the entire dynamics of Fastlane screw the entire thing up. Because you have people that want to ride a lot of rides, and you can't do it because, well, Fastlane is delaying the standby line. But then if you're a family and you have like 5-6 people, it's cost prohibitive to get everybody Fastlane. And even then, you still have to wait in line. And it's just that right there is ridiculous in itself. You always end up, like every time that I've gone with my family, we've almost always had to split up. Which, when you do that, what's the point of going as a family?
Sure.
You know, and you have that huge gap between 36 inches tall and 48 inches tall, and like, you know, there's just a lot of problems with saying that it's a family park. Sure, little kids can have fun, but then you have somebody that's literally stuck in Kiddieland because they don't have access to other rides because that's all that the little toddler can do. It's a frustration of mine with Cedar Point. You know, it was like this whole like challenge. I was like, oh my god, how are we going to do all this? And you shouldn't have to do that with amusement parks. You should be able to just say, oh, I'm so excited, I'm going to this park tomorrow. And you know, that wasn't the case. But one thing that was pleasant, they were not closing rides early. We actually got in Raptor's line at like 10 till, or like quarter till park close, which was 10 p.m. So it would have been 9:45. And the entrance to the ride was actually open until 10 after 10.
My theory on that is that somebody didn't do their job right. Somebody didn't call down there.
Yeah, it was crazy. I know they had posted wait times till the end of the night, which one would assume meant the line was still open, but I can't say that for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
sometimes I don't know. I've seen wait times just stay up. The wait times in
yeah,
general,
I
especially
don't
on
know.
those apps, are always off and awful. They really I don't know about Cedar Point. Maybe because I don't know if I actually dealt with the app there or the wait times at all really there. But I know like especially at like King's Dominion, the app is always severely off. The wait times are always
See,
so
I will
bad.
say it seemed like it was pretty accurate for us.
All right. Yeah, I didn't deal with
Um,
the app when I was there. I just kind of went over to the
I
rides, saw the
usually
wait time, and then
I actually never deal with the app. And actually, ironically, the only reason why I ever had the King's Dominion app installed on my phone was because of FunPix.
they're gonna say that the battle for King's Dominion.
God no.
Hey, that was kind of fun.
Um,
Can we talk about that? That was actually kind of
uh,
a fun. I liked that, and they got rid of it. They just don't. They all those billboards that they used to use for that are just different, like just promotional stuff now. I'm like, oh man. Like I was walking through I-305's line, and I'm like, oh wait, this is where the battle for King's Dominion sign used to be, and now it's just. I think it's just not even. I don't even know if it's a promo for I-305. I think it's something else, which sucks.
I don't know. Anyway,
But yeah,
um,
sorry, totally off topic tangent.
so ironically, I got my fun pics and I was trying to get my pictures from the app and they weren't loading, and I'm like, "Oh, well, I haven't updated my King's Dominion app in a while." So I updated my King's Dominion app in a while and I clicked on fun pics in it and guess what it did? It took me to the fun pics website. So guess what app I will no longer have on my phone now?
King's Dominion app.
See any Cedar Fair app. It's just not I don't like stuff that I don't need. Um
I think that might be the sentiment of most people. Yeah.
I don't need King's Dominion tracking me when I'm not in the park and like yeah.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, I thought that was weird though. They're like always trying to get people to use the app, and here they are like,
Here's the
go to the
website.
website.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, really, it was just your typical Cedar Point visit. We actually did get through everything, which was shocking. It was a grueling pace. It was a lot of work, which is sad, but you know.
I
Um,
mean, you take into account the 17 roller coasters you got to conquer. That makes sense. A little bit.
yeah, and waiting almost, what was it, an hour and a half for Still Vengeance,
It's not awful, really.
and an hour and a half for Maverick. I
See,
mean,
I
on
don't
a
know what it is
Thursday,
about Steel Vengeance. I don't mind waiting an hour and a half. Maverick, I just don't like the station from Maverick. It feels too congested.
it is. Yeah, Maverick's like Maverick's queue building, which is
Oh,
the only thing to really call it, is like it
it's
was actually
crazy.
funny because my sister can sometimes get like we'll just say very frustrated, angry. And the last time that my sister and I went
PO'd.
to she oh my god, she almost lost it on somebody. Like everybody was cutting in line and she
Oh my
just
god.
does not deal with that well.
Yeah.
And she almost lost it. And I we were walking up to it and I told her, I was like, "Oh, the only thing I remember with you, Lori, is this coaster when you were about to lose it, and I just wanted to deny that I knew you." She's like, "I don't remember that. I don't remember that." And we literally walked into the queue, and she went, "Oh, this building." She just saw it, and she remembered, like, "Oh, this thing is so terrible." Like that was all she could remember.
Yeah.
Um, but I love Maverick. It's worth it though.
Oh yeah.
Um, But the really fun thing of the evening was my niece actually hit her 100th coaster on
Yeah.
Valraven. So yeah, she's about half the age that I was when I got my 100th coaster. So she's 10 right now.
She's
So
10. I
yeah,
was. Let me think. I was about 3 or 4 years older than her. So yeah, she's surpassed
yeah,
even me. That's yeah. Given I didn't ride roller coasters when I was 10, because I would have probably killed someone. I was so scared to get on one, but still, I mean, that's really an impressive feat.
yeah.
Especially from
I
someone who,
was.
I mean, I don't know, I don't think she considers herself an enthusiast. That's really impressive, even.
Oh yeah, both
She,
her and my nephew both like. It's amazing. Like I've infected them with the bug. they like they can spit stats out.
All right.
It's kind of crazy. My nephew, however, speaking of being scared, he almost rode Millennium Force, almost. But he couldn't do it. He waited in line with us, and as soon as the gate opened for him to get on the train, he couldn't do it. So that was sad because I know he would have loved that ride, but there was just something about it he was worried about. He did ride Magnum though, and he loved Magnum. So
Was that his first time
at
aboard
least,
Magnum?
yeah.
That's good.
He was the one. He knew the stats. Like he kept like saying he's like, well, this is. I can't even figure it out in my head, but like he's like, this is now my tallest coaster. Like he would tell me like, oh, this coaster is like this much shorter than Voyage, and because he knew Voyage was the tallest coaster he'd been on before.
Yeah,
It's
that's like
kind of funny.
167.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
Magnum's like
So
197.
it's kind of kids are kind of funny. Like Piper went through that. Like, oh, I'm panicked about everything.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday she was on Top Throw Dragster. Took a slight bit of coaxing, but she did it and she loved it. But like a year or two ago, my nephew was the one that would just have got on anything, but he was too short. And now it's like completely switched. So anyway, yeah, it was a good trip. It's just yeah, I don't know. It's not my favorite park. I just wish it was more relaxing. I think that's the big thing. Unfortunately, we also didn't have any time to see any of
See, I
the
get that,
50th thing.
but at the same time, I don't understand how that you have. I agree that Cedar Point can be very frustrating and just chaotic, but then you say Kings Island's one of your favorite parks, and Kings Island's the exact same way when I go. I mean, there's always a
No.
lot of. Yeah, yes, I mean it is crazy there. Most of the time I've been there, actually every visit I've been there, it's been packed. It's been crazy. There's people all throughout the park. I don't know. It feels kind of the same. There's just a ton of people. It's kind of chaotic. It's kind of crazy.
It's not the ton of people that's the problem.
Well, I mean, I think that would fix quite a bit of the issues, at least that I have.
You don't have to come up with this attack plan. If you go on a weekday at Kings Island, you just kind of mosey around and hit everything. You don't have to worry like, oh, like if you want to take an hour break, you can take an hour break and still ride all the coasters.
Well,
And
that
do a
also has to
couple
do with the
reruns.
fact that they have less coasters. I think a little bit. I mean,
And that is actually part of the thing.
you think that's part of the issue at Cedar Point?
It is. It has too much. It has too much for. It's just tough to justify. And the problem is that you got to remember right now my mindset is not the single enthusiast going to a park. That's a different aspect. Right now my mindset is it's a family group. Cedar Point is not pure enjoyment like a lot of other parks are. I mean, even Six Flags Great Adventure had its bad moments, but even that was better to deal with than Cedar Point. Just because of, I don't know, I don't know if it's layout. Some of it's just maybe by chance, but it's too big, and there's not enough other stuff to like kind of occupy the entire family. If that makes any sense. Like, it's hard for me to relate to you. Like one of the things now, thankfully, my mom was there with us, and she didn't ride. She doesn't ride rides, so she waits for us. So thankfully, we were able to like set our backpacks with her. Which, let me tell you, if that wasn't the case, Cedar Point would have went from an enjoyable day to pure hell. And that is a big thing. Like you want to argue backpacks, whatever. I know everybody has their own opinions, but if you're with a family and you have kids, that is a freaking nightmare. Every single ride having to deal with the locker thing, like that takes up so much time.
Yeah, I agree there.
like
I'm not a big fan of the loose article policies.
right. But I mean, the thing is like you realize the frustration of just one person, but now
Well,
you're dealing with like
but
6 people.
I've seen its
I
impact
know, but
on that of a
that's.
family.
I mean,
So,
that I'm just trying to make a point that, like,
and I
most
agree. Yeah,
enthusiasts, probably most of the people listening to this show, are like, "Oh, well, it's not that bad." Well, no, when you magnify it, it is. Yeah, there's just a lot of things that they just don't really take into account. They don't really cater to the families.
yeah, yep. All right. Well, yeah, I think we've definitely covered the loose article and locker issues before, and I'm not a huge fan of them
Yeah,
either.
for sure.
But now it is time to move on. Bob had a good time at Cedar Point. That's great. You did say, hey, I do want to come up. We didn't talk about this actually, real quick. You said your thoughts on Steel Vengeance changed a bit.
Oh, yes. Oh, and I also do
Care
have
to
another hot
explain?
take too. um, so I don't know that it really changed my rankings. It definitely I saw a different side of Still Vengeance. I'll say that. Um, I had a lot more fun on it than I usually do. I still like Twisted Timbers better. The reason why I feel that way is really just because I feel like there's some elements that just were added for the sake of adding them rather than really focusing on the entire flow of the ride. That's kind of one of my biggest things. Like Twisted Timbers has one of the best flows of nearly any roller coaster that I've ridden. Um, except for Joe Draves coasters, that's like I think that's why I like it because Joe Draves is a master at flow. Like he just nails like just flowing from one thing gracefully going from one element to the next. Twisted Timbers does it extremely well. Still Vengeance has a lot of moments that I don't think it does that at all.
Well, I think you have to blame that on the length of the ride.
Well, yes, and that's probably part of it, but
But I think
um
that's also what also makes Steel Vengeance the better ride. Is that length? Because it's Twisted
yeah,
Timbers, but it's longer. I mean, that's
no,
in
it's not.
essence. I mean, it
But
literally.
I will say, like, I did see a very different side of Still Vengeance this time, versus all of my previous rides on it. And I'm talking different days, different, different situations. It's not like I went there one day and rode it 2 times. Um, it was better. Like I said, I don't know if it changes my rankings yet. I'm gonna have to reassess that and see where it's at. It might slightly raise a little bit.
Oh God,
I enjoyed
please,
it. But
please, Bob.
I have
Me
another
and
hot
the
take
audience are
though.
begging you.
Iron Dragon is
No.
actually hold up. It is actually on par with the other suspended coasters,
Mm,
hold up, except all of the fun is after the second lift hill. If they cut the entire first section of that ride off, I think it would kind of be more enjoyable.
so you're saying it's
But
not on par with the
the
others then?
well, yeah, I mean
That's a
because the
that's a
first
bit of a
but that's what I'm saying is people seem to want to say like Iron Dragon is entirely trash, and I don't think that's the case at all. Because after that second lift hill, when you go down and you do those helixes and flying over the water and stuff, it
nah.
is actually pretty. That might be a little more intense. I'll give it that. But like Iron Dragon, it is actually enjoyable
I mean,
on after that second
I've
lift
never
hill.
disliked that ride, but I don't agree at all that it's on par with the others after this, even after the second hill. Um,
But I think the problem is when you're on the first half, like that's kind of setting your expectations, and people were kind of already making up their mind.
no, I do want to say that I mean, I like this. I've always liked the smoke effect, the mist that
Yeah,
rises. I
the
think that's
mist.
cool.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, Iron Dragon's never been a hit in my mind. And I'm a
it was
huge fan. I love the bat. I love Vortex of Canada's Wonderland. Vortex of Canada's Wonderland was actually like a coaster that I consistently said was one of my favorites for a long time. When I first went to Kansas Wonderland, I hadn't really ridden that many credits. I think it was in my top 25, top 30 for a little bit. I mean, I really liked that ride. I still would love to get back on it because I really liked it. But I don't know, Iron Dragon just doesn't do it for me in the same regard at all.
so
Even the second half.
my
And I'll even say I'll judge just the second half on its own, and I still don't think it's close. I don't. That's just my take. I don't know if that's how the majority looks at it, but I don't think the second half even, at least in my ride that I last rode it in, I didn't find it. I mean, I can re-ride always, but I don't know. Maybe next time I ride, I'll reassess and try to look at it strictly as a first half, second half. But I don't think it'll be too much maybe. But I'll try. I'll try it.
Try to think of it that way because it really is. Because that was kind of the thing. I mean, I knew it was my nephew's favorite. He said that Corkscrew and Iron Dragon were tied for his favorite ride at Cedar Point.
Oof.
And I actually remember Iron Dragon being my favorite ride when I was his age too. Like favorite coaster, period.
Oof.
It's been a while
That's all I gotta
since I've been
say.
on Corkscrew, and that hurt. That really hurt.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Alrighty
I mean,
though.
he's also 7.
Yeah, we gotta get his tastes matured.
Magnum
some, so
was
he can-
his second, I believe. Second place under those.
Alrighty. Is that Cedar Point in a nutshell?
He's an Arrow fanboy. It just dawned on me.
I guess so. His top 3 at Cedar Point are the arrows. Most people would probably cringe at that, but yes, he's 7. Keep that in mind. Is that Cedar Point in a nutshell, Bob?
I think so.
All right.
I mean, I
So,
could go on and on about it, but I'm
yeah,
not
I know.
going to.
I know. In a nutshell, though.
Blue Streak is not fun anymore.
What?
It's getting worse.
Man, Blue Streak. I like Blue Streak still.
I don't know. I didn't find it that much fun, and like really seriously, I don't like hating on wooden coasters, but it wasn't. I'm not saying it was
RMC.
terrible.
RMC. No. I love Blue Streak. I like
No,
Blue Streak a lot.
no. Buzz bar. They're not taking care of it. I don't think they're taking care of it. I think that's what it boils down to. I don't know. It just didn't.
I don't know. That's the one thing I
don't
think
know.
Cedar Fair does well typically is maintain their rides. I don't know. I don't know. That's a topic for another day, though. We're going to move on to the weekly poll for this week, which was, which park surprised you the most? Bob, do you want to start off? Do you want to lead off with our takes, or do you want to kind of lean into them after we've talked with some of the audience, or after I've talked about some of the audience's responses? That was a tongue twister for some reason.
Let's talk about the audiences first.
All right, audience response. Oh, our boy Airtime Mike in the chat. Actually, this morning, this night, whenever we recorded this, he responded and said that Lagoon in Salt Lake City, Utah, is his most surprising park. He said it was absolutely a great time. The staff was nice. The scenery was incredible. The flat collection was awesome, and the park is what Kennywood should be and wants to be. So, yeah, it sounds like a hit to me. I know they got Cannibal, they got Wicked. They got some good rides there, so I'm excited to get out there for sure. So
I really
can
want to
understand
go to that.
Yeah. You got Colossus the Fire Dragon. You got some good rides out there. Responses from other audience members. Six Flags America, because people hate on it way too much. I agree. It's a good little park. It has its charm. Someone said Kings Island. It became my favorite Cedar Fair park because of its lineup and setting.
Amen.
Amen to that. I know Bob was going to praise that one. Dollywood, because it became my favorite park, even though Lightning Rod was closed the entire day. And that really is Dollywood. Like I feel bad for people that go and have to experience Lightning Rod, like when Lightning Rod's down. But, I mean, it's still Dollywood, right? Like, that's what I always say. Like, yeah, Lightning Rod's closed. Like, Lightning Rod was closed the entire day. I was there when I went back in May of 2020. And just the only reason I was upset is because we had Alex with us who had never ridden it before. Other than that, I was like sad and I was like, oh dang it. But I was like, I'm still at Dollywood. Like that really is
Right.
that is Dollywood in essence. It's such a great park on its own. It doesn't even need any of the coasters. It's just a beautiful park. But yeah, they do have a great collection there. Adventure Dome. It's really a clean and nice park. It's outdated but still a lot of fun and it's really nice. They said so. Yeah, that's a park that I don't know if I've ever actually looked into too much. I know they have the El Loco, and I think they put on a really cool Halloween event there during the
I don't
Halloween
know. All
season.
I knew about it was the El Loco.
Yeah, that's the extent of Bob's knowledge. But yeah. I
It's in
mean,
Las Vegas,
it's in Las Vegas. Yeah,
right?
it's
It is
definitely a
Las
park that I
Vegas.
want to get to. Yes, that's correct. Indiana Beach. The rides and the atmosphere was much better than I expected it would be. I really want to get to Indian Beach. I mean, it looks nice. I like the setting on that lake there. It looks really cool.
Yeah. So that's actually. I'll jump in now and say that was my answer since
Oh
somebody else
wow!
said it. I'm gonna have to. That is actually that is the park that surprised me the most.
All right.
I wasn't expecting crap, but I enjoyed it a lot more than I expected. And the thing that shocked me about it was like it wasn't just the rides. I walked up and down that park multiple times just taking in the atmosphere of it.
Yeah.
It was just like a unique atmosphere that I just loved. I just loved being there.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, it really did shock me. It surprised me a lot at how incredibly good it was as a park.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then the last response we got was Great Adventure. Six Flags Great Adventure, because I actually saw their best coaster in person. Don't know if that's a reference to what coaster, but I don't know. That was a El
I'm gonna
Toro,
guess either El Toro or
Kingda
Jersey Devil.
Ka, Jersey
Kinda,
Devil.
I don't know.
Some
I
people
don't
consider
really
it. I
know.
know. I don't agree, but some people consider that one of the best coasters there, and or the best coaster there. Um, but yeah, those are the
Well,
six we got.
mm.
Seven we got from the audience.
Now I want to know.
I know you left us on this cliffhanger. What is the best coaster in person that you saw? I want to know if it's like a reference to something. Maybe it's like on his profile. I don't know. I don't like this. Tell isn't Joe the coaster something? Joe the coaster fan. Come on, Joe. His home park is Six Flags Great Adventure. His favorite coaster is Nitro. Oh God, that's probably what he's talking about.
I love it.
That's probably what he's talking about. Probably giving me some crap there. They got to see their best coaster in person. Talk about Nitro. Uh,
I don't know if it's their best, but
Joe thinks so. Take it up with Joe, Bob.
it's up there.
Um, my most surprising park um, was honestly probably SeaWorld San Antonio. Why is that? Because I really expected to hop in there to kind of credit whore and then leave. I wasn't really planning on it being a park that I actually took in and enjoyed and really thought much of. But to be honest, I went to Fiesta, Texas that weekend, so you'd think that would be the clear, no doubt in my mind, best park I visited. But it was close, actually, between those two parks. That's how good I thought SeaWorld San Diego was. I like the atmosphere. I think it's a
Or that's how
beautiful
bad you
park.
thought Texas was. No, I'm
No,
just kidding.
no. I think I have good landscaping. They just take care of the park well. So, yeah, I really, really was impressed. And of course, the collection is good there too. Steel Eel's really good. Texas Stingray is fantastic. Journey
I
to
want to ride
Atlantis is
both of those
fun.
really badly.
Wave Breaker is a good ride. I mean, just really good collection there. So I was pleasantly surprised with SeaWorld San Diego. I was not expecting to like it as much as I did. And that does it for the weekly poll for this week. Next week's weekly poll is a kind of a debate me and Bob were having this past like hour or two ago, actually. Right before we started the show, we were talking about, well, he was talking about Raptor at Cedar Point, And he said, but I think you said something about it's not or Alpengeist isn't even close to it or whatever. I don't know how we got on Alpengeist, but somehow Alpengeist is brought up.
Yes.
And I said, no question,
Raptor-
Alpengeist is better.
If I'm going to eliminate headbanging and you get rid of the whole issue of the horse collars, Raptor is hands down one of the best inverts. It is so intense and so amazing.
And I don't disagree. Let me intervene here.
But it absolutely kills Alpengeist.
That's where I disagree. So I don't disagree with it. I think Alpengeist is one of the better inverts too. So I think it's fair to say that Raptor is one of them as well. But I think Alpengeist does take the cake. It's the hyper invert. It's longer. I think it has a better layout. Just has the whole shebang.
No, Raptor's freaking amazing.
And you talk about intensity. I mean, Alpengeist Cobra Roll, I think, is probably alone one of the most intense elements of all time. I mean, I lose feeling on my lab every single time.
Pure pain is all that is.
No, your legs are numb.
Actually, my legs never went numb on Alpengeist. They absolutely went numb on me. And
Bob,
Raptor.
they go.
I was completely.
You cannot ride because you ride Alpengeist in the front. You've literally told me you don't ride Alpengeist in the back because you can't do it. So
where do you think Because my head bangs, not because it's too intense.
No, but I'm telling you, you don't ride it in the back. So therefore, I'm telling you, if you get in the back row next time
I
go,
rode Raptor in the front,
the feet will be numb. I don't know.
Okay, if that's your formula, then holy crap, my legs would have fallen off if I rode in the back.
I rode Raptor on the back when I went to Cedar Point. I don't disagree. The thing is, I love Raptor. You don't like Alpengeist, so I'm the only one arguing for Alpengeist here. You're preaching to the choir about Raptor. I love Raptor.
Stop. Hold up. You just said something that was incorrect.
What is that?
Alpengeist rates very highly on inverts for me. The problem is the horse collars are painful. My head bangs too much.
Let me rephrase that. Okay, you don't like Alpengeist. You just said that Raptor basically destroys Alpengeist. So yes, I don't disagree with it. I think they're very close. So that's where I'm trying to prove to you that Alpengeist is exactly.
I'm not saying Alpengeist is terrible.
No, I don't think you're saying it's terrible. You've never said it's terrible.
It's not on the low end either.
No, I think it's on the top end. All right. Well, you guys, we're gonna literally debate this again on next week's show. You guys can confirm one side or the other. What's the better rod, Raptor or Alpengeist for us? Do that. I think it's gonna be pretty close. I think these are two inverts that Raptor's gained popularity. Raptor for a long time was kind of this invert that nobody really talked about, but recently I've seen a lot of people talking about it being a very, very, very good ride, and I agree. And then Alpengeist has always just been kind of a fan favorite. I think it's kind of been there as a ride that everyone likes. Not necessarily everyone's favorite, I don't know, but it's definitely one that everyone likes. So I'm curious to see the final results. Again, that'll be on our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, @KosherTalkPod. Also, you can go to koshertalkpodcast.com/poll and answer that question as well. It'll be there if you prefer that as opposed to social media. YouTube, Kosher Talk Podcast is where you can find us there. We have good videos. Sometimes it's me and Bob discussing things, debating things, analyzing things. Sometimes it's park footage. Sometimes it's top 10s, whatever it is. It'll be on the YouTube channel. Contact us, koshertalkpodcast.com/contact if you have any comments, questions, or concerns. Also, you can email us. Reach us at james@koshertalkpodcast.com or bob@koshertalkpodcast.com, or you can also email feedback@koshertalkpodcast.com. So, I also would love you guys to go to koshertalkpodcast.com/shop. We have some good merchandise there, I think. We have some fun shirts, some good shirts, and some other cool apparel and other collectibles. So, if anything interests you there, please do that. Please purchase them and represent us at the parks, because it means a lot if we get some free marketing out there. So thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode of the show. We'll see you guys all next week's. Bye. You can say bye, Bob. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's always just me that says bye.
I know. It's just easier for you to just end the podcast, I think. That's why I think we should do an outro and just Because you say the same stuff every time.
You mean I should just record one?
Yeah, I mean, or if you want to do one together, we can.
I like the live. I mean, it's kind of where we just do it. All of a sudden, it would just be a pre-recorded outro. All of a sudden.
Sure, I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't faze me.
All right, you're too tired to talk.
That's also accurate.
I'm just gonna go with that. All right, guys. It is 2:30 in the morning. We're gonna head out. Goodbye, everyone. Good night. If anyone's still there, good night.
Indeed.